King Academics is online. We're putting both meta channels online. And we were going to be online. I'll tell you why. So we're not on Kick today. Please go follow, sub up. Oh, my God. So I lost my phone. I did. I lost my phone. This ain't the normal phone. And by the way, I just realized like not too long ago. So of course, like me and the Kick people, they could like reset the stuff, but like I couldn't log in right when I was trying to stream. So it'll be for tomorrow. Don't worry. Absolutely tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow Kick 100%. I'm sorry. You know, when they be like, oh, we're going to text you the code. I fucking put a thing in. It's texting my other phone, which this kind of gets the text from my other phone too. But if only if it's iMessage, they're gonna send you a standard text, and I get it. So anyway, don't worry about it. All right, people, I am here. Day 2 of 30. We got 28 more days to go. Thank God I've made it for today. I think last night, let me tell you, last night went really good for me. I think last night's stream, I was drunk the entire time. I still gave y'all 4 hours, damn near. I got a lot of positive feedback from y'all. You know, I work off of y'all. So it's like, you know, at times we have streams. And if you guys watch us like consistently, you should know what type of time it is. You know what I mean? If we don't got no topics, it's going to be comedy hour. I'm sorry. We're just going to find some shit and joke on it, right? If we do got topics, like for example, if it's like a indictment case or something we got to like talk about, we're going to be very in-depth and try to be detailed, right? So you kind of get a mixed bag here, and I appreciate all you guys who always tune in and understand what it is. I think last night was we kept it really light. Trust me. When remember that giant fly I told you? He back. I thought he died or he just left or some shit. Like, I just heard him. Anyway, if y'all see like it's jumbo, it's like this big. If y'all see a fly just fly by my head, just let me know. I'll slap him with a Patron bottle, okay? Anyway. Oh, he's right there. Oh. Should I slap the screen? Fuck. I don't have a fly swatter. But he's chilling on my monitor right there. Oh my God. It's like he think I'm a bitch. If I kill him, chat. Oh, he's flying. He's right on my mic. I swear he's on my mic. Right here. You can see him? He's right here. Bumbo Claude. Where you there? I don't know, I might have broke my mic. That was not good. I don't know how a fly got in here. But I could see how a fly might get in here because I got mad Red Bull cans, Diet Coke cans, alcohol. I'm Dunkin' Donuts. It's all good. Anyway, did he die? I don't know. We'll see. Anyway. Interview the fly? Yo, y'all niggas are trolls. Interview the fly. Okay, we also didn't go to the Diddy trial today. By the way, shit, me losing my phone, like, there's so much people that's hitting me on the phone, too. Fuck. I'm gonna have to either, if I can't find it by tomorrow, I'm gonna do a good effort to find the phone by tomorrow at 12. I just seen the fly. If not, I'm gonna have to get a new number because I have some stuff to set up. By the way, I might go to the Diddy trial. I told you guys that. Obviously, jury selection to me is just really boring. I want to go hear the details. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want to go watch the Freak Off tapes. No Diddy. Okay. I just want to see what the fuck was going on. You feel me? Anyway, the trial is supposed to, or like, you know, I see the flies over there. The main trial is supposed to start next week, Monday. So they're hoping to get through jury selection this week. I think tomorrow they're going to take a lot of, they went through about 300 jurors. Like, they're going through a lot. Now, some of them are getting weaned out and like screened out in like, you know, other rooms, but it's like a step process to get to. And I think they're going to try to have 16 jurors, but you never know. For a case like this, they might try to have more. They'll have 12 jurors who are going to vote, but they'll usually have 4 alternates. If somebody gets sick, somebody dies, so they have 4 alternates. I could see them possibly trying to have more, even though some people have felt like it's going to be hard to get a jury seated for this because there's so many conflicts of interest. People know so much about the case, and they're going to be biased, so you got to eliminate them. So we'll see how that goes. Regardless, I'm still trying to have that possibility of me popping up. And, I'm telling my assistant yesterday, I'm like, yo, let's So like I'm going over like a possible plan for what it would take for me to show up. I'm like, all right, we need security, we need fucking this fucking big ass printer, we need all the production people there. I'm telling everything, and they're like, wait, so what are you trying to do? So I'm like, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. So anyway, at some point we will do it. But if y'all want to see Act in the Field in the courthouse, you know what I mean, being the best journalist ever, you'll probably see it. Somebody said, shout out to the timestamp guy. Who's the timestamp guy? Oh, wait. Yo, Lord, you don't put timestamp? Whatever, who cares? All right. So we do got some Diddy updates to give you guys. I'm going to be honest with you. Unless you guys tell me a topic that's like really big, it feels like we're going to be jacking for topics here. And, you know, good for y'all. I'm a little lit. So, like, we'll find some shit and we'll joke around and have some fun. And hopefully you guys will be fulfilled at the end of the stream. But there's no big topics that's really, like, happening at this moment, other than, obviously, the Diddy trial, which we covered the first day yesterday, today's second day. Let me see what else. Somebody says, did you lose your phone so you wouldn't have to call no more? What, call who no more? Like, whack? What are you Oh, my God, man. Y'all are something else. Oh, yeah, no. We did good yesterday. Like, I know when I'm in that comedy mode, I knew we cut a classic yesterday. And by the way, I posted it on Instagram. It reacted really well. We're not calling whack. Join Discord with AJ and them. I'll get in Discord. Have y'all been joining Discord? We should do that. YNW Melly, we'll talk about that. There's not much of an update. There was almost a bond hearing where essentially the judge has been asking, why has this guy been sitting in jail since 2018 for a murder? It's been 7 years. I know he went to trial and there was a mistrial, but y'all are trying him again. Yo, he's claiming he's going through inhumane conditions. Like, is there not a way to allow him to be free, but maybe in some other setting where he's still supervised? So we'll see. YB update. Somebody says, Act, you know I'm playing. You the person who said it with the phone. Okay. Any update on Dirk? No. So, well, there is an update on Dirk. I heard Dirk has converted 30 niggas. Like, Dirk's like a pastor or some shit. What do they call niggas that are Muslim, that are preachers or whatever? Like, apparently he's converted like 30 gangbangers or some shit like that into Muslimhood or Islam. Shout out to him. Any music industry stories we can know? Yeah, I got a bunch of those. I always got a bunch of those. No bitch or teeth. Yo, chat, I'm going to be honest with you. Last night's stream, just to let y'all know, I was drunk the whole time. The whole time I was drunk, trust. I mean, I knew what I was saying, but I was like drunk. Like, because there's usually a filter between my brain and my mouth to say, well, don't say this. This might get you, it's a little edgy, might get you in trouble. When I get drunk, it's like, man, fuck all that shit. Say what you want to say, nigga. Okay. Somebody said if you convert in prison or jail, it don't count. Really? Charles Visuals, thank you for that. What'd you send in? Let me see. Okay. This don't work now. Oh, my bad. Yo, y'all want a YB update so bad. I feel like I'm being a bad friend. I ain't gonna lie to you, and maybe call this bougie. I'm just not like a dick rider like that. I hate calling rappers. Like, just be on their line, like, yo, what's up? So I usually wait for them to call me. And, like, for example, YB called me when he got out. But I don't bother people like, yo, I'm just calling for an answer. I feel like that's so, like, federal. And the idea of being a journalist is already federal. You know what I mean? So I don't like it. All right. Okay. Just give me 1 second. That's ego. No, not necessarily. Another thing is these rappers change numbers a lot, bro. Like, YB called me. Like our conversations has been through Jason. He'll call off Jason's phone. That's his engineer. So I'm like, all right, if he's not calling from his number, and I have his number, his last number, that's probably not his number. And I'm like, all right, I guess at some point I'll get his new number, or maybe he does have the same number. Let me try to call his last number. Let me see what's up with that. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. If y'all want to call, I'll call him. But if he does answer, out of respect, I'm probably walking out of the room and cutting stream. This fucking flies right there again. He's violating me, bro. You know who I want to call? I don't think he will answer though, because they don't know this phone number. Fuck. Nobody knows his number. Yeah. They're dubbing me. Probably think I'm a stalker. Fuck. Maybe I could text him like this act. All right. Talk about what? You gotta talk about Africa? What? Yeah, cause some of the people y'all be asking for like updates on, bro. Not every time I talk to them, they're like, "Yo, go tell the stream this." No. Oh, we do have an update. Wait. Actually, I do got an update. Oh, I should did this last stream. Thank y'all. I got clearance on this. So drill, don't start it here because don't make it sound contrived, right? Grand, you know what I'm talking about. Send it over, bro. Okay. Yes. Yo, Grand, we think alike. Yo, Grand, that's why when niggas is trying to talk crazy on you, I gotta buck up, man. Fuck these niggas, man. Anyway, Grand, just send me the shit or point me to it that I could just play it on stream, because. All right. All right. Grand's working. Don't worry. He's working. Oh, here we go. Just give me a second, chat. Just give me a second. It's all gonna work out. What the hell? Okay, bet. No. Yo, Grant, just send me the first. Okay. So, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. And by the way, I'm all about let's get into the truth. You know, I'm not saying these things because sometimes people think I'm a mouthpiece for other people, and they're like, "Yo, these other people are lying to you." And no. I like to call everybody to the carpet, and I like to figure out who's lying. And if someone lied to me, let's expose them. Just remember, I got the only loyalty is to the chat. So, I would love to. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Let me try to find this real quick. Drill, don't start yet. Don't start clipping yet. Where's the fucking clip? It's how irrelevant some of the shit.
Years ago, you
Oh, what the fuck? It's how irrelevant some of this shit is. Oh, here we go. Okay, I got it, chat. I got it, chat. I got it. All right. You know, when the hate don't work, they start telling lies, man. Now, apparently this is like a K-bot. He's like the Ryan Nice, the what's the other dude name? The Scroogene, whatever his name is. This page is like them. This is just a K-bot. So they said official. Kendrick offered to squabble up behind the scenes, but the other guy declined. I seen it on my timeline. I said, what are they talking about? Okay, what? How did this happen? So let me hear what's going on. This young woman, I believe her name is Gina Views. She used to work for No Jumper, unless I'm like misrepresenting her. I think that's her though. Hold on, what the fuck? Wait, oh my bad, it's turned down. Here we go.
If people just kind of just have fun with this, like, then it's easier for everybody to digest rather than it just being just this is so fucking serious. Yeah. Like, this not serious. Like, well, this is.
I agree with you. It did get serious for the homie. It got serious for him because it was like, oh, there's a boundary here and you cross the boundary.
Right.
And that's what I was trying to explain to Maul. And I told him that, like, if you tell me your earlobe is off limits and I'll just fuck you earlobe, now I have to be okay with whatever comes with that. Yeah. You can't tell me that I'm wrong for whatever come with it.
Yo, DJ Givehead. This is why you talk to Mealy Moore. I would never sit with a bum like you. There's a few other people. I see people keep saying, go sit with Mark Lamar Hill. And these niggas came from other places trying to come in hip-hop. I grinded. I had to make it on my own. Nobody would sit with me just giving me just, you know what I mean, niggas I didn't like or people didn't care about. I didn't get no come-ups. So even y'all little JBP fans, of course, I would violate that little bum-ass nigga, what's his name? Whatever the nigga name. But I'm not giving no come-ups. He's in my world now. I'm not on CNN. If I was on CNN, I would be like, yo, could y'all get me with Mark Lamont Hill? I want to debate him. No, he's in my world. He's not on a hip-hop ranking list. I am, okay? I'm number one. So I don't want to go debate with y'all little favorite who's like number 600. Sorry, I don't do that. You know what? Because I had to grind, and all of these niggas who always clown me, I had to work every day. Y'all see me stream after stream. I passed out. I did everything but throw up on the stream. I gave my life to making my name. You think I'm going to sit with some undeserving bums, and that's why I won't sit with this bum-ass nigga neither. Because a bum like this, he's only relevant during this Kendrick Drake era, and whoever sits next to him validates him. That's how I look at Mark Lamont Hill. That boy not talking politics no more. That boy talking Sexy Red, and he talking Drake. Boy, that's what I do. And I've been doing it for 10 years, all hip-hop. I'm sorry. I don't want to go sit with you. You go get your accolades up, and when you on that hip-hop list, trust me, for all y'all little JBP fans, because some of y'all niggas, I don't fuck with some of y'all. Y'all niggas pussy anyway. Yo, when that nigga's on the hip-hop list without Joe, they going to have me and Joe. We going to be there. When he's on there in the top 5, top 10, oh, I'll sit with him. But if he ain't top 5 or top 10, I'm not giving no handouts. Because here's the thing. I never got no handouts, and when it was time for niggas to try to cancel me, every nigga tried to cancel me. So I don't want to give there ain't no handouts given. Listen, if you want to see me sit with somebody, I'll sit with my chat niggas. I'll sit with anybody in Discord. I'll sit with people who supported me, but a nigga, fuck out of here. Anyway, this bum-ass nigga too. So I wouldn't do what Maul did, okay? But I understand why they did it, because them two bozos are dead in the water, and, you know, they needed to do it. Millie Maul, listen, this is not even an olive branch because I don't fuck with you either. I don't care if we both fuck with Drake. I don't fuck with you, okay? You know what it is. Like, I don't fuck with you. And it's not really like, you know, to be honest about my issues with me and Millie Maul, he said things about me years ago. Bro, I just always felt like niggas it's convenient to say stuff when you think niggas ain't gonna be here. So now that I'm still here, I'm always gonna keep my foot on your neck. I gotta remind you that when you thought I wasn't me, you should have played nice. The other nigga, the albino nigga, I never liked him at all, and I think he tried to like send shit to my crib. So I'm like, and we had this bitch getting fucked in here. So it's like, come on, I don't even like him at all. Anyway, this bum ass nigga though, chat. I ain't gonna lie, I am drunk, but this is the best stream. Trust. This whole ass nigga DJ Head, the cocksucker impersified. You know, you one of them bum ass niggas who talk a lot and you talk in hyperbolics and you talk in these like parables. None of that shit matters, my nigga. At the end of the day, let me tell you how hip hop media is dictated. Could you get an audience or could you not? I don't care. I seen this bum ass nigga, Grant send it to me. This nigga typed up a whole like 3-page paragraph talking about, there was people back in high school. I'm like, yo, these niggas are weird. Bro, you're like 50 years old. We don't want to hear you talking about high school. You're the lamest media personality. And again, until Complex dropped their new list about the top media personalities, I'm still number one. I want to make it known while I'm number one. Because here's the thing. If they don't put me number one again, my voice ain't going to matter that much in being honest. My voice always matters, but it doesn't matter in being honest. The two lamest media personalities in hip-hop, if we could throw them in a pit with Pluto, that Pluto could just eat them alive, it would be this bum-ass nigga. He's the worst. The worst. Let me tell you this. Not everybody that wear glasses is smart. Some of these niggas just got eye problems. He's the dumbest nigga alive, if you ask me. The second person is Peter Rosenberg. Peter Rosenberg is horrible. Just horrible. While he has decent hip-hop opinions, you get to realize he's nothing but a fucking hater that has accomplished nothing. Those two people, we got to eliminate. Those are the bottom feeders, and I'm only saying it while I'm king. I'm number one. When y'all give me number one, I'm king. And if y'all give somebody else number one, I think they're going to give it to Kai. Well, Kai ain't going to comment on shit. But while I'm number one, I'm getting everything out. Fuck you, suck a dick. You a bitch. I said everything. I don't want to hear these niggas talk till they get to number one. But anyway, I digress. Let me just say this. So this clown got washed by Mealy Moore. Mealy Moore, I think you a bum too. But I give you credit. Because it's not because you like Drake. I think you just had a little bit of hint of logic. And I thought that this nigga could have dog walked you, honestly. Because I don't even think this nigga's stupid. I think he's willfully stupid. I thought he was going to dog walk you in a debate, but he's so much up Kendrick Lamar's gooch and ball sack. He doesn't know the strategy of just admit this small L to get the bigger dub. That's how every war is fought. That's how it goes. You get what I'm saying? I put out a list of the best songs in the battle. If I just said all Drake songs, then all Kendrick songs, that shit would look crazy. No one would believe it. But I kept it real. I think Family Matters is the best song. Then I think Euphoria. Then I think Not Like Us. If you look at that and say, oh, he's just like riding Drake's dick, why the hell would I put 2 Kendrick Lamar songs in the top 3 and only have 1 Drake song? This nigga right here is a pianist writer. That's it. Okay? Now, I know I did a lead up. And by the way, Drew, this is where you start again. Let's play the clip.
Just kind of just have fun with this. Like, then it's easier for everybody to digest rather than it just being this is so fucking serious. Yeah. Like, this not serious. Like,
well,
that's
Yo, Gina Views. And by the way, to you fake LA West Coast niggas who told me because what I said about Nipsey or whatever, you guys don't own shit. I'll come to LA when I want to. Shut up, okay? Shut up, okay? There's a few niggas, yo, you can't come to LA after you just said that. Says who? Says you? Boy, I go wherever I want when I want. I'll bring police, I'll bring soldiers, I'll bring Navy SEALs. I'm rich. I go wherever I want. You can't go wherever you want. Shut up. Nobody can tell me I could go when I want, all right? And I'm really thinking about going to that Kendrick Lamar concert in Inglewood. Just let you know. But I heard a couple LA niggas, they DM me, they were mad, upset. Oh my God. Yes, Nipsey got clapped because he called a nigga a snitch. I'm going to keep saying that. Shut up. Oh, Ack, you better never come back to the West Coast. Or what? You're going to do me like Nipsey? No, I'm just going to have Navy SEALs with me and police officers that aren't going to run like his homies when niggas start shooting guns. That they're just going to shoot y'all. So, sorry. I get it. Mr. Big Bad West. What the fuck y'all niggas think this is? Get out of here. Anyway, and by the way, I love the West. It's just a couple bum-ass niggas who's talking like, yo, Big U is in jail. The extorters are in jail. The rest of y'all niggas acting like you can stop shit. Y'all, we're getting y'all out of here. Big U's in jail. That nigga's eating weeks-old meatloaf. Y'all West Coast niggas don't seem that dangerous no more. Okay? I'm sorry. And the nigga who clapped Nipsey, I ain't do nothing too. Yeah, I gave him a little $150. He cool and everything. But I hear that nigga eating pizza and chilling in jail. What y'all gonna beef with that? No, I told y'all what it is. They said a nigga got killed because he called a nigga a snitch. That's what it is. We love Nipsey. Nipsey's a great person in the community. I think he's a black entrepreneurial legend. Even greater than he's a musical legend, because I think he showed many, many facets of being a boss and invest in his own community, which I thought was great. But the rest of y'all little bum-ass niggas were like, yo, Ack, you better never come back over here. You're banned. Shut up. Anyway. Yo, don't y'all see y'all niggas is getting indicted now? Come on, y'all niggas is getting y'all extorters is getting indicted. Y'all wannabe gangsters is getting RICOs. And I'm going to report on it. Shut up. I'll be in LA. Oh, wait. I think it's next month. I'll be in LA next month. What the fuck is y'all niggas going to do? Okay? You know what I mean? And I love Nipsey. You know what I mean? I'm going to play some music and I'm going to go grab a burger. That's it. Fuck it. Anyway, back to the conversation. This dick-sucking ass nigga right here. Okay? Let me just keep playing the clip. Oh, no. I got to address Gina. Gina, I get it. You're from, I don't know if she's from the West or she's just echoing the West sentiments. If you call a nigga, yo, I hate to keep using the Nipsey thing, but it's the only thing that makes my point very clairvoyant. Y'all got to stop saying it wasn't that serious. I keep bringing up Nipsey, not to disrespect Nipsey. I love Nipsey. Everybody who thought I was beefing with Nipsey, stop using them lame-ass clips that Nipsey talked about or said crazy shit about me, because I could have said crazy shit about him too. Me and him got on the phone and we talked this man and we ironed it out before he died. Ask Karen Civil. That's a fact. So I don't have nothing against Nipsey. Nipsey's a great person. The point is this. The reason why I use Nipsey as an example, everybody wants to act like Drake getting called a pedophile isn't a big deal. And I look at it to say, y'all are the coast who lost one of y'all biggest legends because of words, because of a moniker. Allegedly, he called a nigga a snitch, and within 30 minutes, he was dead. That's why I was saying it. I don't wish he was dead. I love Nipsey. I wish he was still around because he was showing a very different route in entrepreneurship, and especially with music entrepreneurship. Love that. But everybody is rewriting history to say, no, who cares if Kendrick called Drake a pedophile? Like, no, it's just kind of, it ain't that serious. Well, do y'all niggas think that is that y'all same opinion on why that nigga killed Nipsey then? Because it's said in court documents. He smoked Nipsey because Nipsey called him a snitch or questioned his paper, whatever the fuck you want to say. So what the fuck do y'all think? You can't, and I know some people, because y'all are so protective and y'all sensitive, y'all catch a period when Nipsey's name is mentioned. I get it. I love Nipsey. I have no problem. But let's call a spade a spade. I'm only bringing up Nipsey because I'm telling y'all, Nipsey got killed over him calling and labeling a man something that man objected to. And I think if I ask any reasonable person, what would you rather be called, a snitch or a pedophile? They'd probably all say snitch. The person who called a nigga a snitch, he's 6 feet deep. The person who called a nigga a pedophile, he's in stadiums chilling. And I want nothing to happen to Kendrick, just to be clear. But if we're going to be honest about this, we can't just say, oh, this shit was nothing. And I know some people, I seen some stupid ass people like, well, Nipsey was in the streets. This ain't, my nigga, at the end of the day, everybody's a man. We gonna get to the topic where a cop killed a man's son, and that man went and go kill the cop. Nigga, he just standing on the fact that that's my son, nigga. I'm riding for whatever. So y'all gotta stop this bullshit to say it's not a big deal. What Kendrick levied and accused Drake of is something that is of the matter of life or death if you do this outside the confines of internet and supposedly a rap battle. We should all acknowledge this. So please, Gina Views or whoever else, stop the cap. It is not just, oh, not a big deal. Just like if you say to anybody, I'm smoking on your dead mans, you shouldn't be surprised if they show up to shoot you. It's a big deal. If you can't accept that, you should just stop. You should stop with the sanitized rap version or rap battle that you're in. So I'll play what she's saying again, but my words still stand.
And it's easier for everybody to digest rather than it just being this is so fucking serious.
Yeah.
Like, this not serious. Like,
well,
this is.
I agree with you. It did get serious for the homie. It got serious for him because it was like, oh, there's a boundary here and you cross the boundary.
Right.
And
okay. And you have DJ Dick Sucker, right? He's saying that, well, Kendrick felt there was the boundaries got crossed. Okay, cool. By the way, this ain't one-sided neither. Drake insinuating that man kids was by another man? Bro, somebody might want to knock your head off for that. Somebody might to slap the shit out of you. I get that. I 100% get that. So I'm not trying to say only Kendrick crossed the line. Drake crossed the line too. So for everybody who's in the sanitized rap version, this is only sanitized and this doesn't end up like Youngin Ace and Julio, with there's mad deaths because these niggas are up hundreds of millions of dollars. And they're very insulated and they're performing in arenas, not local clubs, where crash outs could go do some shit.
And that's what I was trying to explain to Maul, and I told him that. Like, if you tell me your earlobe is off limits, and I'll just fuck you earlobe, now I have to be okay with whatever comes with that. Yeah. You can't tell me that I'm wrong for whatever come with that.
But that's because that's the one piece that's missing for public perception. So the public doesn't know that there was an internal conversation. They don't know that FaZe was asked for. I don't even know if I was supposed to say that. But whatever, it's on the motherfucking flow. Nigga didn't want to get down. Okay? So it's supposed to just keep it on the beats. It was supposed to just be about rap. But this is the line that you do not cross. And if you cross that line, then it's...
Hey, you know the funny thing about this? I like the intermediary conversations because Kendrick ain't say nothing. I'll say this, and I'll speak for Drake for one of the first and few times. Because if DJ had, I don't know if Gina Views was trying to speak for him, Drake down to catch a fade. What's up? Let's keep it on the internet, right? Could one of y'all respond on behalf of Dot? Is he down to catch a fade? I'm speaking for Drake now. He's down to catch a fade. Because what she just said is categorically false. Drake ain't never ducked no fade. Drake don't fuck with the nigga. Like, don't say things that you're just kind of throwing out because, and I understand because I'm a journalist too, or not journalist, whatever you want to call me. But like y'all saying shit that's just not real. Oh, Drake ducking a fade from who? What? All right, so I'll speak for him. Yo, y'all want to catch a fade next week, the week after? We can line it up. He on tour. After tour, Drake, Kendrick, fade. I'm speaking. I'll put my name on the line. Drake down to catch a fade. What's up? DJ Head, since you've been so vocal and maybe Gina Views, one of y'all come back and tell me that, and then we could connect, and then we could set it up. So I'm speaking for him. And by the way, if Drake don't do it, now I'm pussy or I'm a liar. Because y'all niggas is capping at this point. What's up with the lies? Now, the reality of the matter is this, okay? I'm not going to deny a few things. Well, mainly one thing. And I'm not going to call Gina View all the way a liar, right? Or because I think also DJ Dick Sucker, he shares the same sentiment. The reality of it is this. And I spoke to the homie about it. Drake has had no conversation with Kendrick Lamar, with anybody who was around Kendrick Lamar in relation to any of these things since before. And I believe, matter of fact, hold on. Even when Drake was trying to get him on first-person shooter, Drake never talked directly to Dot. Drake wasn't talking to Dot. So y'all know the story, right? Drake was trying to get Kendrick on first-person shooter. Kendrick had a tampon stuffed up his asshole. He felt some type of way and didn't like, oh, nah, I ain't really want to do it because me and you, blah, blah, blah. You know, you've been jealous of Drake for that long. Okay, cool. Then he hears the song and he's like, yo, y'all taking shots at me because I ain't get on the record. And that's why you realize that's why he did like that, right? Fuck the big three is just Big Me, right? Because he felt like they were almost kind of championing it like it was a 1-2 combo, like he was the third. Like he was number 3, which I keep telling y'all, the real culprit in all this is really J. Cole. Because Drake ain't never been number 2 and never been number 3. We never talk about Drake being number 3. But Kendrick was in his feelings like a girl because he heard first-person shooter that he was not trying to get on. They tried to get him on the song. They tried to get the nigga on the song. The nigga was hating for 10 years. Just walking around mad as fuck like, talking about he got some secret song. Like, what you talking about, gang? He's mad because he ain't Drake for whatever reason. So, he hears the song. He feels they taking shots at him. So, this is what I'll say. And I like a sources battle. I love a sources battle. I did this with Elliot Wilson. He tapped out. I could tell he was just like, I'm down to do it with DJ Head or DJ Dicksucker, whatever you want to call him. Gina Views, you're a woman. You know, we're not going to say nothing negative about you. You're on a show with this dweeb. It's all good. I'm giving y'all 2 options if this is how y'all carrying it in the media. I'm telling y'all Drake down to catch a fade. Y'all just tell me if Kendrick down to catch a fade and we can set it up. That would be great. I would love if the media could set up. Like, no more arguments because they're not going to rap again. Just get them to squabble. Let's see who ducks then, right? And now we could both be in a conversation and see who ducks. I'd love to see it. Secondly, this idea that Kendrick offered Drake a squabble and he turned it down is absolutely false. And speaking to the man himself, he hasn't talked to Kendrick even in the era where he was trying to get Kendrick on the song First Person Shooter. So if he hasn't talked to him then, how the fuck did he turn down a squabble? Now, I know someone might be saying, well, there's these intermediaries. So you saying you can't holler at the nigga directly? Okay, well, this is your chance. Fuck what everybody else got going on. I'll get y'all niggas on the phone. So, print this, press this, I don't care where this goes. Drake never turned out no damn fade with a nigga. But I don't know if there was intermediaries who were like, oh yeah, we try to bring it up and somebody who's associated with him wasn't into it and they're like, oh, so Drake don't want it. Fuck it. If Kendrick's down to catch a squabble, I'll get Drake. You hit me. I'll get Drake on the phone. And if Drake don't do it, I'll call him pussy. Because I've been told y'all this. If Drake get called a pedophile on the biggest song in the world and he don't want to, come on, you don't want to set it off on that nigga, he is pussy. I'm sorry. So I'm throwing that offer out. DJ Dicksucker. Gina, you could probably help him find, grab his head, take it off the penis, and have him figure that out. Hey, let's see if we can get a squabble going on. Because these niggas ain't talk before the battle, and they ain't talk during the battle. So let's figure it out. Chat, it ain't W instigation. Y'all wanna talk about journalism? Nigga, y'all know I'm the biggest Drake fan that exists, nigga. When I hear some fuck shit like this, I gotta go talk to Drake. I gotta go holler at him. Yo, bro, tell me you're not turning down no squabbles with no nigga after they done call you a pedophile in the biggest. Yo, what's cracking, bro? Bro, I ain't talked to this nigga even before the battle. How I turned some shit down? Wait, hold on. Somebody's lying. Somebody's lying there. So if you ain't talked to this fuck nigga before even the battle started, even when supposedly you was trying to get him on a song, you still ain't talked to him. How did you turn it down? So now we need some more details. And this is where you see a lot of these people say this shit, but they're not down to be called to the carpet. I'm locked in. Y'all heard what I done told y'all. I'm telling y'all what Drake done told me. So now, let's put it back on DJ Dicksucker and Gina. We need answers. How did Drake turn down the fade? And by the way, if y'all prove me wrong, I'm throwing Drake under the bus. That's facts. Y'all know me. Come on. Ack is going to always stick. I'm 10 toes down with everything. Drake, come on. So, let's see. Now, because in what I've heard, they never talked directly. If Dot's down to try to catch a fade now, all right. Holla at me. I'm going to get y'all directly involved with him, and y'all could really squabble up. It could be after tour, because I know my man got to, can't have a little eye jammy on, you know what I mean, while doing the arenas, or not arenas, but stadium. But we got to stop the line, man. We got to stop the line. This idea that he turned down a fade, it's just a lie, bro. Categorically lie. Somebody says, act sweary hard. No, I'm playing middleman. I'm just, here's my thing. I think what Kendrick has accused Drake of, and the narrative he's ran, as a man, Drake should want to defend himself. Physically or not. So this idea that these guys had a problem and there was a solution to squabble up and Drake turned it down, I am very opposed to. And word from the nigga himself, he said, I haven't talked to this nigga before then. How the hell could I turn down a squabble? So let's heat it back up then. If DJ Head supposedly is like the DJ for Kendrick, that's what I keep hearing, and Kendrick wants to squabble, hey, if I'm lying, just call me a bitch afterwards. It's cool. Drake down with it. Let's figure it out. Let's figure out a squabble. We can figure out a squabble. What's up? Let's figure out the squabble. Drake told me he ain't never turned it down. Let's figure it out. Okay. Oh, man. Chat. I know some man be like, you're just picking up for Drake. But this is the perfect time to call my bluff. It's a perfect time. It's a perfect time to call my bluff. Right? If I'm just chatting and I'm picking up for Drake, I'm telling y'all, so there's multiple ways they could expose me, right? Or expose Drake. Because if they expose me, I'm going to say, well, you're Drake. You say you didn't talk to them. They could say, here's the proof that Kendrick and Drake talked. If they got that proof, I'm exposed, and I'm going to look at Drake and be like, Drake, you're a fucking liar. Why'd you lie to me, right? Secondly, now we get to, all right, since we're hearing this kind of almost quasi-tough talk, if Kendrick is down for the squabble, Drake is down for the squabble. I've been saying this. He's down for the squabble too. Let's set it up. DJ Head is cool with that nigga over there. I'm cool with Drake. We could be on a 4-way call. Pause. Chat. I just want to see the truth get revealed. I don't care. Somebody said, am I fighting on the undercard? Who? Somebody said, why am I invested in their beef? I'm acting like a groupie. Everybody's invested in this beef, some way, somehow. It's just that I like to see the truth be revealed on a huge stage. So I just want to see. I want to see the fade, or I want to see the exposal that the fade was turned out.
The mall, and I told him that, like, if you tell me your earlobe is off limits, and I'll just fuck you earlobe, fuck. Now I have to be okay with whatever comes with that. Yeah. You can't tell me that I'm wrong for whatever come with that.
But that's because that's the one piece that's missing for public perception. So the public doesn't know that there was an internal conversation. They don't know that phase was asked for. I don't even know if I was supposed to say that. But whatever, it's on the motherfucking flow. Nigga didn't want to get down, okay? So it's supposed to just keep it on the beats. It was supposed to just be about rap. But this is the line that you do not cross. And if you cross that line, then it's fucking up.
And then you can't tell me what that looked like.
And if people just
all right, I guess. Okay, that was a good little heater topic to start it up. Somebody said, "Ack, you got to fight Saucy Santana." Does Saucy Santana still got beef with me? Yo, you're a Cameron said it. He said he can't argue with niggas who suck dick. I'm like, yo, I'm Jamaican. I definitely can't argue with a Batiman still. Like, yo, bro, come on. Anyway, let's see. Somebody said Drake is gonna sue if he loses. Bro, why y'all playing with my boy Drizzy like that, man? Stop fucking playing with Drake. Okay. All right. Let's go for the Diddy update real quick. So Diddy. Actually, we're going low on crimes. So I could read the tweets from Inner City Press, but I think that Low on Crimes actually made a update already, unless I'm tripping. Ooh, I can't wait to get to yo. This is gonna be a crazy story. Okay, here we go. 4 hours ago.
Day 2 of jury selection in one of the most high-profile trials in recent memory. Sean Diddy Combs is facing federal charges of racketeering and sex trafficking, and right now, his team and federal prosecutors are trying to figure out which New Yorkers will serve on a jury to determine his guilt or innocence. Who may be ultimately selected to decide one of the most impactful criminal trials in recent years? We're going to break down the big moments that happened today. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law on Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Okay. Hey everybody, this is another Law and Crime line.
All right, let's get it.
He's a little nervous.
Here we go.
And that's who may be selected ultimately for this jury.
Is this Mark Agnophilia right here? Hold on, let me see. Who are they showing?
This is no easy task for these potential jurors, right? Sitting
that's not a judge.
On one of the most impactful, heavily covered criminal trials in years, currently scheduled for 8 weeks. So we're going to cover what has happened today in the process, who may be selected ultimately for this jury. And this comes as not only Combs has just added another lawyer to his team, while the prosecution objected to another one sitting with him. We're going to talk about that. But this also comes as Combs reportedly said yesterday, he's a little nervous. And that's understandable, because why? He's facing 5 federal charges. The disgraced music mogul is accused of running a criminal enterprise that was allegedly focused on his sexual needs and desires, hiring sex workers, procuring drugs and baby oil, setting up hotel rooms for elaborate sex parties called freak-offs. And we expect multiple alleged victims, including Combs' ex-girlfriend Cassandra Ventura, to testify that they felt forced or coerced to participate in these sexual episodes. Racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, transportation to engage in prostitution. These are the charges. Potentially life in prison if he's convicted. The stakes couldn't be higher. Now, Combs has been behind bars at the MDC, the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, since his arrest last fall. He was denied bail multiple times. Sidebar has been closely following this case even before his arrest. Okay, we were covering when he was first hit with the civil lawsuits, but we covered it every step of the way, right? The raids on his properties in Miami and Los Angeles, his arrest, his indictment, the multiple superseding indictments, and all of the pretrial motions along the way. And we will continue to follow this case for you every step of the way, including when opening statements begin, currently scheduled for next week. We're going to cover every second of this. Now, to talk about what happened today, day 2 of jury selection, to talk about today's proceedings, I want to bring in former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani to talk more about this. Nima, thanks so much for coming on. Really appreciate it. Love having you on to talk about the Sean Combs case. So first of all, the process has been running quite smoothly and efficiently. I mean, do you think they can select a jury this week with opening statements next week? When you told me this, when they told me that jury selection was only going to take a week, I said, no way, it's not going to be able to take a week. But you think it's possible, generally speaking? We'll get into more specifics about what happened today.
Jesse, first of all, love being on, and we're almost there. Next week, I do believe we are going to get a jury selected this week. And I think the reason we are, really there's 2 reasons. One, we're in federal court, and we know these federal judges like to move. They're really limited when it comes to what they perceive as for-cause challenges. If some of these potential jurors say, hey, I can be fair and impartial, that's good enough for most judges. And they'll say, you know what, counsel, you got to use your peremptory on them. The other reason I think we're moving quickly is because we're having judge voir dire as opposed to attorney voir dire. Attorneys can ask all sorts of questions because, look, let's be honest, Jesse, there's only one person in that courtroom that wants a fair and impartial jury, and that's Judge Subramanian. The lawyers, they're going to want jurors who are favorable for their case. I mean, that they're advocates. That's just the reality of it. So lawyers tend to be a little bit more
What did you say? What? They don't want fair and impartial? They want jurors on their side? Nima, what are you talking about?
Believe it or not, Jesse, advocates actually want to win. So, they'll ask questions, as trying to get into their political beliefs. And really, we want to know, if you're prosecuting or defending a sexual assault case, what are your views on sexual assault? Do you believe it can be underreported? Do you believe it can be falsely reported? Is this rape? Is this regret? I mean, we know what the lawyers are getting after. So the judge obviously isn't going to get into all that. It's going to kind of stay within the boundaries of really what should be a for-cause challenge. And that's why I think the process is moving a lot faster than it would otherwise go.
So let's get into a little bit later on about preemptory challenges and how that's going to work. But right now, as these jurors were brought in for initial questionnaires last week where they filled out all the paperwork, answered questions, now there's individual questioning, and they can be stricken for cause. There's a legitimate reason they can't sit on the jury, whether it's a very unique particular hardship or they're showing some sort of bias. And I have to tell you, Nima, there was a little bit of trouble today, right? You had one prospective juror today who talked about hearing about the Combs case on CNN, admitted that they leaned in a negative light towards him having committed some crimes. That juror was excluded. You had another juror who admitted on the questionnaire, again, that all these prospective jurors had to fill out, that she was a victim of an attempted rape. Reportedly said the cops could have done a lot more.
Diddy looking like that?
But this juror wrote on the questionnaire that P. Diddy has money and he could buy his way out. And when asked by the court, well, what did you mean by that? She apparently doubled down and said, just what I wrote. She was excused for cause. Another juror, who has a son that works in the DA's office of Rockland County, New York, conceded they aren't sure if they could be fair and can't promise they wouldn't be biased. Struck for cause. Another juror who admitted they would be biased for law enforcement, struck from this jury. Nima, I gotta say, this is what I anticipated would happen. Now, first of all, credit to these prospective jurors for being honest, or purportedly being honest, but I expected we would have a lot of people that would show a sense of bias in this case.
I think that's right, Jesse. First of all, in any case, there are a lot of people that just want to get off jury duty, right? They get that summons in the mail and they don't want to be there, especially for a 2-month trial. That's going to get a lot of press and not just attention here, international attention. Now, you have some stealth jurors that maybe want to get on this panel and write a book about it and go on the talk show circuit after this is all said and done. But most Americans aren't really excited to serve as jurors. So you'll get folks that will say anything to get off the panel. Now we're talking about a celebrity, and we're talking about sexual assault, and we know that a lot of people have been victims of sexual assault or sexual abuse. So this may hit close to home, and they might not be good jurors on this type of case. And like you said, they may be honest about their experience, not because they want to get off the panel, but because this may be triggering, and they may have to relive through trauma that they themselves have experienced or a loved one has experienced because of sexual assault. So those jurors are also getting off. But like you said, this is the type of case that is going to stir up a lot of emotions from a lot of different folks, whether it's race, whether it's law enforcement, whether it's gender and sexual violence, you name it. This case has it.
And look, these are jurors you have to expect to not only know who Sean Combs is, but they're probably been exposed in the last year and a half to material about him. So whether it's the lawsuits, the CNN video, things like that, they've already formed an opinion about it. So aside from the jurors who, by the way, who mentioned or exhibit signs of bias, you also had other jurors who have conflicts or have medical issues that struck them from the jury too. For example, you had one female juror who expressed she has these stomach issues, needs multiple bathroom breaks, struck from the jury. That's not going to work when you have prolonged testimony and maybe not the ability to have multiple bathroom breaks and is going to be distracted. But we have another issue, another juror, actually, to be more specific, that highlights a key issue in this case. The footage from the LA Intercontinental Hotel of Combs purportedly beating up Cassandra Ventura back in 2016. Key piece of evidence in this case. Combs issued an apology on Instagram when a portion of that video was published by CNN last year. This was before his arrest. And again, we believe this is going to be a key piece of evidence for the prosecution to establish that Ventura, who we believe is victim one in this case, was trying to escape a freak-off, that there was a sex worker in the hotel room, i.e., this is evidence of sex trafficking. At least that's the argument to be put forward by the prosecution. Well, what happened? You got a juror today who reportedly told the court, yeah, they saw the video, and despite this juror saying they could be fair in court, saying that in the court today, on the questionnaire that this juror filled out, apparently the juror wrote they were unsure if they could be fair. But the juror said they would listen to the court's instructions on this. Nonetheless, the juror was excluded. But Nima, this tape, so problematic for jury selection, right?
No question, because like you said, typically when you walk into that courtroom, you haven't seen the evidence in the case, but this is not your ordinary case. Everyone has heard about Sean Combs. Everyone has seen that video. It's disturbing. It is offensive. Like you said, he's holding his towel with one hand. He's beating her as she's trying to leave. How can you not form an opinion? So you have jurors that generally have views on these issues. Then they're bringing their preconceived beliefs about the case because they've all seen the video. And this is one of those unicorn type cases that everyone has already heard about. And there's video evidence. And I expect there to be even more video evidence in the case. So whether it's a case like this or Luigi Mangione, we've all seen the video, Brian Koberger with the bathroom selfie. The jurors that walk into that courtroom, they're going to have prejudged the evidence. So if they say that they can't be fair and impartial either in their questionnaire or an open court, it may be hard for the lawyers to rehabilitate them, right? Because if you're a lawyer in the case and you think it's a bad juror for the other side, you're going to want to try to make them seem fair and impartial to force the other side to use one of their peremptories, not get them excused for cause, because of course, cause challenges are unlimited.
And we're going to talk about preemptory, I promise. Anybody who's interested in it, we're going to get to in a second. But as a former prosecutor, I wonder if the prosecution is not happy about that tape being published by CNN. Could you imagine?
Cap, we all think the prosecutor put it out. They're probably not happy in this moment because it's making it hard for them to get jurors, because that tape is going to be brought up, because not only was it, if you ask me, fodder to switch the public perception of Diddy, what it did was it biased everyone that we can't find a fair jury.
Imagine if jurors saw it for the very first time at trial. And by the way, the defense tried in pretrial motions to get that tape or a version of that tape or any footage stricken. They didn't want the jurors to see that footage, but a version is going to be shown to them, or multiple versions in different camera angles is going to be shown. But as a prosecutor, do you think that they are like, oh my gosh, I wish that tape didn't come in, we're having trouble finding a jury? Or because you're so cynical about jury selection, Nima, do you think the prosecution's like, we're happy that tape came out, and I hope we get jurors who have formed an opinion, they're just not admitting it during jury selection?
I think it's the latter. I get it why you want jurors who haven't seen the video, but it's such a disturbing video. And just you and I have talked about it. If you guys are watching, go back and watch Jesse's videos when this came out in May of last year. It's such a powerful video. It was such a powerful video that after denying these allegations for months and months and months, from November 2023, when Cassie filed her lawsuit, Diddy's homes are raided in March. Only in May, when this video comes out, Diddy issues an apology. That's how powerful the video is. So the cynic in me, if I'm the prosecution, I like to overwhelm the defense, and I like
they got Diddy
the jurors
looking crazy in this picture or drawing.
to basically be on my side before the defense even presents their case. I want them to have made up their minds. And when you have a powerful video like this, if I'm the prosecution, I like it out there. I know it can potentially taint the jury pool. And this is me as an advocate, not for someone who's looking for, the fair and just result. The fair and just result is everyone walks in with a blank slate, right? They view only the evidence in the courtroom. But that's just not the reality in a high-profile case like this. That's why, Jesse, there's always the courtroom. But there's the court of public opinion, and the latter does matter.
And you said it very well. We don't know what other videos might be shown. If you take the defense's perspective, I mean, they made an argument in a pretrial motion that the warrants were invalid in this case because they said if the judge who authorized these warrants, if the magistrate court authorized this warrant, saw all the video footage, they would say, wait a minute, I don't see anything illegal here. I think this is all consensual activity, whatever these sex acts that were captured on video. So it'll be interesting to see what is shown and which side it ultimately benefits. But going back to jury selection today, so you had another juror who apparently read an article about the jury selection process going home from the courthouse yesterday. More specifically, who got excluded from jury service. They were looking to see who got excluded from jury service. Now, the judge today admonished this person, saying they weren't supposed to do that. And apparently, the reporting indicates this might have been a lawyer or someone who was trained as a lawyer. If true, you definitely know you shouldn't do this. The court struck this juror, but Nima, it raises a larger question of how tough is it going to be to make sure whoever's impaneled on this jury doesn't talk about the case, doesn't research the case, isn't affected by the media coverage of it, or who's outside the courthouse. That's why I feel like you need so many alternates.
It's really a big problem, Jesse, and technology has just changed the game, right? Back in the day, you weren't getting all your news from your cell phone, right? You have to go home, you got to turn on the TV and watch the news. But we've seen it time and time again, and it's becoming an increasing problem where a juror is Googling about the case, they're on social media, and you're not supposed to bring in those outside facts and evidence into the courtroom. And like you said, a lawyer should absolutely know better. That's not what you're supposed to do, and that's how mistrials happen. So big issue right now. Now, how do you get around it? You sequester the jury. But again, people already don't want to serve as jurors. Now you got to take their cell phones, confiscate them, separate them from their loved ones for 2 months. It's really a big imposition and a burden. So if you're the judge, you're hoping the jurors follow your instructions, whether they're on the panel or potential jurors, so you don't have this problem. But it's a continuing problem because, of course, jurors have lives outside of that.
Yeah, so basically they're saying that there's no way like Diddy could have this trial where nobody has no information about him, no biases, until they see the evidence in court. They're saying most likely people are going to have some opinion.
So, Nima, let's talk a little bit more about who made it through. So it's been reported that 19 prospective jurors made it through day one yesterday. And today, you had other jurors who made it through. And by that, what I mean is, and to be clear, these are not necessarily jurors who are going to ultimately sit on the jury. They are making up that panel of 45 or so jurors who then both the prosecution and the defense will strike and get down to the number of 12 jurors and 6 alternates. Again, I'll get to that a little bit more. But who made it through today? So you had one juror who made it through that was a student of psychiatry is at Mount Sinai in surgical pathology, served as an expert witness in medical malpractice cases, indicated his son was beat up and had his cell phone stolen while in college, and was told that the crime was committed by 3 young black men. Both sides agree.
By the way, I know this guy keeps talking. To kind of like highlights how some of the ridiculousness, and it looks like the judge is letting through a lot of shit, right? Like, for example, look at this. The judge says, I asked parties to agree to set aside some jurors with issues like this. It'll take at least 5 minutes each time, and we're going to run out of time. I just wanted y'all to prepare for the trial. So a juror says, I work for Diageo. That's the liquor company that owns Ciroc. The juror says, I was also sexually assaulted at 19. The judge says, sorry this happened to you. Could you be on the case? Now, I would think it's a conflict of interest if you work for Diageo and also if you're a victim of the same crime being alleged. But the judge or the juror actually was allowed to go on to the next round with people saying, oh, maybe you could still be fair and impartial. Okay? The juror says, if the defense says they didn't report, I'd understand why they didn't report. I didn't. I will be biased for victims. We don't know if that person made it through.
Agreed, and so did the court not to strike this juror. You have another potential juror who made it through, someone who says they may be an elected officer to a union. His wife, according to him, was molested by a family member. And while he said he saw the CNN video, the Cassie video, and claimed that Diddy looked angry and hostile and entitled, he said he could be fair. You had another juror who claimed that he would lose 30% of his income if he had to serve on an 8-week trial, but indicated he could survive it. Also told the court that his wife is suing his landlord for repairs. It's important to know of any legal issues they may have. And also claimed that he has friends who have been assaulted. That person moving forward. Another potential juror is a security guard, has seen the Cassie tape, found it disturbing, but indicated could be fair. She was let in. We have a child neglect social worker coming in too. We have another juror who was let in over the prosecution's objection, by the way, who claimed that he had negative interactions with the police, including over stolen sneakers, claimed the police didn't look enough into it. Also said on another occasion an officer allegedly pushed him during a house party that was being shut down.
All right. He's giving a lot of details. They're trying to fine tune this shit, but like, it's a lot, bro. It is a lot. All right. Let's kind of move on. Because we're just going to hear about these random jurors and then we don't even know if they're making the list, right? Cool. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, no. We're going to stay on long crimes. Chat. So, there's this. So, I heard about this story. Apparently, there's this guy. His son gets killed by the cops. I guess they were in a stolen vehicle or something like that. His son hopped out of the vehicle or whatever was running. The police somehow killed him. I'm guessing the police probably thought he had a weapon or he did have a weapon. Anyway, a couple days after, the father basically kills a cop, and that was a retaliation. He's like, you got my son, I'm going to get one of y'all. However, he showed up to court because he was arrested for murder. And his demeanor was very, very pronounced. Check this out. I think this is the original situation. Here we go. Look, this is the guy who killed a cop. You got to imagine. You see all these people, they're cops. Because cops stand with cops.
Chaos at court as a man accused of killing a sheriff's deputy a day after his son was shot by a police officer asked to be released on bail. I lay out the horrific chain of events out of Ohio and where the case could be heading.
Are you familiar with acts of someone that is not in their right mind when they commit a criminal act?
I'm Anjanette Levy, and this is Crime Fix. Before I get into this case out of Ohio, I want to talk a little bit about true crime news and law and crime merch. The law and crime man named Rodney Hinton Jr. deliberately drove his vehicle into Henderson at this intersection. Deputy Henderson was rushed to the local trauma center, but there was nothing that could be done to save him. Within hours, he passed away from these devastating injuries. You're probably asking yourself, why would anybody deliberately drive a vehicle into somebody much less a sheriff's deputy who was directing traffic at a college graduation. Well, police say Rodney Hinton Jr. did this on purpose, possibly to avenge the death of his son, Ryan Hinton. Ryan Hinton was 18 years old, and a day earlier, a Cincinnati police officer shot and killed him after encountering him and some others in a car that had been reported stolen out of Kentucky. Here's the police chief.
Officers across the country confront dangerous situations every day, sometimes more than once a day. They are often compelled to make split-second decisions to protect others and themselves when faced with immediate threats. Yesterday was one of those occurrences. Let me be very direct. We cannot allow individuals to flee from officers with a loaded firearm aimed at them. When this happens, the outcome is almost always tragic. No one wins, and everyone involved is affected.
Police Chief Teresa Thigi outlined what occurred. It's something the Cincinnati Police Department does within 24 hours of an officer-involved shooting taking place.
Where the incident occurred is at the dead end of the parking lot back here. You'll see vehicles there now. You'll see a photo. The stolen car that we're going to talk about was backed into a parking spot back there. As you can see, this is a stolen Kia. It was stolen out of northern Kentucky yesterday.
How we know it's stolen?
You can see we have two uniformed cars there. Prior to those uniformed cars arriving, we had two undercover cars that pulled into that dead end, saw the vehicle. They backed out. They saw that there were individuals inside the vehicle, so they backed out and let the uniformed cars make the approach, which is the tactically sound decision to do. The cars are positioned the way the officers are trained. We are trained to use our vehicles as cover from any threat. That's what those officers did with the cars at that time.
Chief Thigi then played a short portion of the body camera footage.
This is body-worn camera from officer number 2. Go ahead, Bobby.
He's got a gun! He's got a gun on your right! On your right!
This is the body camera footage from the officer who actually shot Ryan Hinton.
This is the other officer, the one who fires the shot. This is his body camera as he approaches the scene.
All right, let's go try to find that by itself. So it's a stolen car. It's Officer Ryan Hinton or something. Body cam. See if we can find it.
Other news tonight, Cincinnati police are sharing body camera video of the moments that led to an officer-involved shooting and killing of a suspect in East Price Hill.
And WLWT News 5's Danielle Dindak has been leading the way on this investigation for us. She's live right now walking us through the video. Hi, Danielle.
Hi there, Mike. This video is very fast. We're talking about 6 seconds. 6 seconds from the time that officer got out of his vehicle and fired those shots. I do want to warn you, what you're about to watch could be hard to see.
He's got a gun! He's got a gun on your right! On your right!
In a matter of seconds, it all began with a stolen vehicle, a Kia from Edgewood, Kentucky. GPS tracking led the investigation here, a condo complex in East Price Hill. Officers arrived, and Chief Terry Thigi explains what happened next.
All 4 individuals get out and start running.
On your right! On your right!
Some in different directions. So officers decide which individual they're going to pursue. One officer decides to pursue the individual who we now know had a firearm in his hand.
At some point, the person with the gun slips.
They heard the metal from the firearm hit the concrete. This individual gets up, still has the firearm in his hand, and continues to run through the dumpsters.
The officer who fired the shots was chasing another suspect before he made contact with the armed suspect.
The officer who did destroy
rounds were.
Let me be very direct.
Stolen Kia.
All right. So anyway, that happened, and then watch how this nigga walked in the court, man. This nigga walked in the court like a
and the new uniformed
sheriff's office, but there were out of
ballistics.
Okay.
We left out of the police chief's office, and a few hours later, I was made aware that Rodney had an incident with a police officer that resulted in the officer's death. But again, we are here because we represent the estate and the police-involved shooting.
Rodney Hinton left the meeting with the police chief, and sometime after that is when police say he intentionally drove his vehicle into Deputy Larry Henderson. A probable cause affidavit states a Hamilton County Sheriff's Office deputy was standing on the sidewalk at the corner of the intersection outside of the lanes of travel where he was engaged in traffic control. The deputy was wearing a uniform and a fluorescent traffic vest. Based on witness statements and evidence of...
All right, they're getting deep into the woods with this. Chat, I'm going to be honest with you. If the police killed someone's child and they felt that it was unfair enough, even without much information or not, and they wanted to go rob for their child, you got to just chalk it up to the game. It looks like the officers and the police are trying to like give reasons why they had cause to kill this guy. If anything, I think it works in the opposite way, where the father probably has cause to give on why he killed an officer because he felt they were responsible for the death of his son. So
at the scene, the defendant drove across oncoming lanes of traffic through the intersection and directly at the deputy, who was struck by the vehicle, causing injuries to the deputy. That intersection near the University of Cincinnati's campus has flowers and blue ribbons decorated in memory and in honor of Larry Henderson, a man who was simply working a detail directing traffic for the University of Cincinnati's graduation. He worked at a different agency, the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office, than the police officer who shot Ryan Hinton. Larry Henderson had absolutely nothing to do with what happened to Ryan Hinton. On Monday, Ryan Hinton's family stood with their lawyers, distancing themselves from what Ryan's father is accused of doing, intentionally murdering Deputy Henderson.
We're here because we represent the estate of Ryan. We're not here to talk about the incident that occurred with the police officer. We do offer our condolences to the officer and his family. But we were hired to represent this family to investigate the police-involved shooting of their son, Ryan. This family is very upset about what occurred. We believe that that this incident should be investigated. It's not as cut and dry as this officer should have just pulled out his gun and shot at Ryan. It's not that cut and dry. So that's why we're doing the records request. We're going to analyze frame by frame each one of these videos to determine why the officer made that deadly decision to shoot and kill Ryan.
Ryan Hitten's grandfather, the father of Rodney Hitton, also spoke.
I want to give a condolence out to the officers that got hurt, got killed, my whole family. I'm asking for forgiveness, and I've been praying hard for the officer that killed my grandson. I've been praying hard for him and his family because I know he's hurting off this. As I seen in the video about my grandson, I seen two scared people. I seen the officer scared, and I seen my grandson scared. So it's an unfortunate incident that happened. So that's all I seen. It was like, I didn't see the police there trying to kill. No. What I seen was two persons made a mistake. My grandson made a mistake being there, and the officer, he was trying to get back to his family too. So that's what I seen. So it's not about revenge or anything. I had nothing against nobody. You know, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and I represent him. So with that said, please, everybody, just try to forgive everybody who done anything to anybody.
Rodney Hitton Jr. appeared in court over the weekend following his arrest on an aggravated murder charge. A wall of Larry Henderson's colleagues surrounded him. Hitton muttered something about being gone forever. Hitton was moved to a jail in a neighboring county. He was back in court asking for bail, and things got heated in the gallery when his brother attempted to contact him by knocking on the courtroom glass.
Can I have a seat? Can I have a seat? Have a seat, sir. Sit down. That way. Have a seat. That's not a problem.
Rodney Hitton was rushed out of the courtroom as his brother was escorted out of the gallery.
I'm muted. Thank you.
Come on, man. Y'all cool. I just want my brother to see me.
Shortly thereafter,
I'm hearing the feedback, so I thought I was muted. The point of what I was trying to say is that when it comes to like this, I think there's a lot of people who have empathy for him. He's like a Luigi Mangione type of person. We're not gonna agree with exactly what he did, but we understand the sentiment behind it to say we're sick of certain shit, certain entities concealing crimes, doing what they want to do. No one's having any type of repercussions or consequential actions to their thoughts or whatever they do. But then you see someone who is on that, right? Like I believe that this guy, I don't think he had much thought to it, but I think people could identify with him because he is a father wanting to get to know his kid, get to raise his kid, and then his kid gets killed, and now he kind of becomes radicalized, or he says, I bet an eye for eye. You know what I'm saying?
after court resumed, with Hinton's lawyer asking for bail for him and entering a not guilty plea on his behalf.
Judge, I'm going to waive probable cause as a result of being acquainted with the case. I'm waiving probable cause.
Thank you so much. And
Yo, this nigga body language is just giving YN energy. How is this nigga the father? He must have had that kid when he was like 13. What the fuck? This nigga is just giving YN energy. This is how you don't show up to court.
Is there a plea this morning?
There's a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Plea of not guilty? Yes. Will you enter a plea of not guilty? And thank you. And as to bond, the state has requested a hearing on the issue of bond or bail. You may be aware of that.
I am aware of that.
Who would like to proceed?
I'm proceeding, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, a detective testified about what happened that day.
Tell me what he did after he stopped.
So based on witness statements as well as the video, the vehicle accelerated quickly, proceeded eastbound, crossed into the oncoming lanes of traffic when there was no longer traffic to obstruct his travel. Crossed into the...
Okay, so, you know, I'm not going to show you every single thing, but like, the main premise is this. They found his son in a stolen vehicle. They chased his son, and they supposedly, you know, killed his son because they believe he had a weapon on him. I don't know if he had a weapon on him. Maybe he probably did. The mere fact we haven't heard that about the storyline, maybe he did, right? Okay, the father is mad that his son got killed within like 2 or 3 days. He basically drives his vehicle into a situation or to run over a person who were just a cop. So he wanted to get his get back. You know what I mean? Now I don't think he killed the cop that killed his son, but in his mind, he felt he got a cop back for killing his son, if you get what I mean.
The oncoming lanes of traffic went to the left of those little stanchions that are in the middle of the roadway, into the oncoming lanes, through the intersection.
My audio's low?
Where Deputy Henderson was standing, and struck Deputy Henderson and the metal utility pole on the northeast corner of the intersection.
Okay. Were there any evidence of skid marks?
No, there were no indications at any point that he tried to brake, stop, or otherwise avoid Deputy Henderson.
And is that the conclusion that our accident reconstructionists have come to at this point?
At this time, yes.
Okay. And does it appear from your review of the video that he headed straight for Deputy Henderson?
Yes.
And did any of the multiple witnesses that you spoke to and the people that were in the vehicles that were surrounding him, the people that were on scene, did anyone indicate that any attempt to slow down or deviate his path straight to Deputy Henderson?
No, everybody said that he accelerated and was traveling at a high rate of speed all the way up until the time that he struck Deputy Henderson.
Okay. And when he struck Deputy Henderson, was the deputy injured?
Yes.
Okay. And what happened after he struck Deputy Henderson?
Deputy Henderson was launched several feet through the air. He came to rest in a turn lane several feet from where the collision occurred.
Rodney Hitton's defense attorney then questioned the detective.
Judge, first of all, I would like to offer on behalf of the Hinton family and myself, prayers to the Hinton family, prayers to the family of Larry Henderson, the fallen deputy, and I thank the court for having a fair assembly in the courtroom today. With that, I'd like to ask you a few questions, not a lot, okay?
Now, here's the thing, and this is kind of like a race debate as well, because we see most of the police officers, they seem to be white. Some people also kind of, you know, we haven't heard what he's saying, but people are like, oh, well, he's probably he probably crashed out because, you know, the people who have done this to him are, you know, of a different skin color. And, you know, if he was white, because people think about the Luigi Mangione shit, even though that wasn't racial, they're like, yo, when white people get into these situations where they're basically doing a murder to prove a point or to stand for some other shit that's bigger than just them, they get a bunch of people on the cash apps, or not really cash apps, but like the, you know, they get a lot of money on, they get a lot of people supporting them monetarily just for their plight, because they're like, yo, you're brave enough to do what a lot of us won't do. I don't know if that's the case with this guy. I don't even know if he has a GoFundMe at all.
You said that Mr. Hinton left the police station around 12:30. CIS.
He initially left around 10:30.
Came back and then left again.
And then returned a couple hours later, yes.
And you said that individuals that know Mr. Hinton, his family members, were saying that he appeared to be agitated, upset, and so forth, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you don't know the source of that that agitation or that distraughtness, do you? If you know, you might not. I don't think you do, but you have to answer the question.
The source of the agitation?
Yes.
Well, I would assume it was because of I believe it was because of the video and the reason that he was at CIS.
Do you know the mental history of Mr. Hinton?
No, I do not know detailed mental history.
Right. Do you know whether or not he's had any medically documented infirmities or conditions? Do you know that? You don't, do you?
No, I do not.
After bond was denied, the sheriff gave a brief statement.
He was a 33-year career deputy for our department. He retired approximately 5 months ago, and he continued to serve.
And by the way, you know, to give my full opinion on this is like, it's hard to be on. I know some of y'all be like, well, you know, what I mean, white people done, bruh. He ain't even killed a nigga who killed his son, bruh. From what I know. Tell me if I'm wrong. He ain't killed a nigga who killed his son. He just killed a cop. So in reality, bro, if you gonna crash out and really lose your life like that, at least target it to the right person, my nigga. I don't know if I can fuck with you just because you're like a crash out that's gonna just pick some random shit or random people to sacrifice your life to. I don't know.
Under oath, and he was directing traffic that day at what would have been a very, very joyous occasion for the University of Cincinnati graduates. Unfortunately, you know what unfolded, and we have lost Larry. Larry has been a deputy who has been so extraordinary. We've retired his badge number. Badge number 129 will be retired. Larry touched so many lives in this organization because he was a trainer, because he worked in so many specialized units. And Larry was very animate about the...
Yeah, Chad, I can't respect it, bro. Like, yo, if you just kill a random cop, my nigga, I think you a dumb crash out. Like, at least go kill the nigga who killed your son. Because, yeah, you got a police department type, but now, my nigga, like, at the end of the day, you're going to jail for life. And then you know how the police department get down. You should know how all law enforcement authorities and everything else get down. They're going to torture your family. They're going to be torturing your family for life. And you're going to be in jail, not being able to do nothing about it. So, like, if you going to do that, why not just crash out on the dude that did it? Figure out who did it. Like, come on, it's a cop. So you go crash out on him individually. Why the hell would you just do all that to just...
The fact that he stay on the front line. He did not wish to take exams to be promoted because Larry's service was on that front line. And I have to tell you, that is bravery extraordinaire. When deputies decide that they want to be out there facing every day to day, that's a sacrifice, and it's a sacrifice for his family, and they have made the ultimate sacrifice.
I want to bring in Ken Kober. He is the president of the Fraternal Order of Police in Cincinnati, Ohio. So, Ken, this is a shocking turn of events. We have...
All right. I'm not getting that deep into it. Okay. All right. Chat, we're kind of jacking for topics here slightly. There's not too many big developments. Let me see what else I had in my fucking title. And also, chat. God damn, how much did I drink? This shit is hitting. Oh, congratulations to Rihanna. So Rihanna's like pregnant. I had no idea. So I covered the whole Met Gala shit. I said, I didn't know she was pregnant. For what I'm saying, I just like, like, oh, it's Rihanna, blah, blah, blah. But look like Rihanna is indeed pregnant. She popped out with her baby bump at the Met Gala carpet. And if you don't know, this would be baby number 3. Obviously, we could assume that A$AP Rocky is the father. And supposedly she even made up with someone who she used to beef with, which was Ciara. Ciara was holding the belly and shit like that. So it looked like, somebody says, yo, hey, my bad. And this was their beef back in the day. So Rihanna said in 2011, so that's 14 years ago, my bad, C, did I forget to tip you? How rude of me. And Ciara says, trust me, Rihanna, you don't want to see me on or off the stage. Rihanna says, good luck with booking that stage you're speaking of. And clearly now at this point, you got Russell Wilson, you got A$AP Rocky, you have, of course, Ciara, and then you have, of course, Big Riri. Yeah, this actually turned into a whole thing on the timeline today, because you have even Queen Von had to, supposedly defend. I don't know if she had to, but she was defending Rihanna against certain people who was trying to troll, because some people be like, yo, what the fuck's going on? So you tell me this nigga done nut in your gut 3 times and he hasn't married you yet. So that was one of the things people were talking about. Yeah, so let me see if I can find that. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it was about Asian Doll kind of defending her, saying, yo, it's okay that you're not married, but you keep having kids for this guy, because supposedly that's a big thing. And by the way, this is her. Here we go.
Okay, Ree. Ow! Baby, this is what we came for, sis. I brought the kids. Honey, you know how to break some news and make an entrance. Ree, congratulations.
Thank you, boo.
3 under 3 months.
Oh my God, they have us
I know.
in the forest
I
here.
look like I'm camouflaged, right?
How are you?
I want to see that bump looks so
Thank
cute.
you.
But the question is, how are you? How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm shockingly feeling okay.
Yeah.
And not too overwhelmed at the moment.
I mean, well, how can you not feel a tad overwhelmed?
Yo, let me tell you something about a Bayesian gal. Let me tell you something. And this is very different from a lot of y'all American gals. Like, no disrespect. I know I went on my rant last time. It's going to be that. It ain't going to be this again. Yo, Rihanna was a wild thing when she was out here. When she was out here, she was at every carnival, you know what I mean, wilding, twerking. She was with Leonardo DiCaprio. She was with Drizzy. She was with, listen, she was doing her thing. She was with Seabreezy. We get it. But let me tell you this. One thing about a Caribbean thing, okay? They're not meant to be on that rotisserie reel of whoredom and debauchery for too long. So she had her fun. I don't even know how old she is now, but she was looking for a husband a long time ago. You feel what I'm saying? She was looking for somebody because she was done with it. That's a fact. She got her husband. I mean, to the glory be to God, she had somebody who, got his own. And really, I'm going to be honest with you, for everybody who love music from Rihanna, bro, you're going to see 2 more kids before you see an album. Number one, music don't pay her that much compared to all her other ventures, which she's a billionaire. She has no really, this is a woman who just wants to have kids for her man. I think she's going to have 3, 4, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 kids more. And I'm happy for her, She's at the top of the top. She could come back anytime if she craved that attention and craved that, if she has some insecurity about, people say I didn't have enough hits. She could always just come back and do it. Instead, what she wants to do is just keep adding on to the family that her A$AP Rocky got. I like it. I'm sorry.
Well, tell her, Rizzo.
I mean, at first it was kind of like, and I'm tired. But then,
what a blessing.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. But girl, now, is this putting R9 on pause even longer? Because you were in production.
No, maybe a couple videos, but...
A couple videos?
I could sing.
Yes, you can. Hey, any other news you want to break to us? Because you had that Savage X Fenty lingerie line coming out.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bridal line.
Yeah.
Any other news you want to break to us right now?
It's not our first bridal line. Go shop bridal, savagex.com.
I was just thinking maybe you were celebrating another milestone in life right now.
No, girl, you know I don't keep secrets very well.
Okay. All right, just making sure. Have fun. Congrats, honey.
So, congrats to Rihanna. I think she looked beautiful. I'm proud of how she holds down A$AP Rocky. Rocky loves her too. Let me see this.
It feels amazing, you know. It's tired of holding that, you know, and it's time to just show the people what we was cooking up. And I'm glad everybody's happy for us because we definitely happy, you know. It feels amazing, you know. It's tired of holding that, you know, and it's time to just show the people what we was cooking up. And I'm glad everybody's happy for us because we definitely happy, you know. It feels amazing, you know. It's tired of holding that, you know, and it's
so you know, he's kind of confirming it.
Rihanna decided to settle down with A$AP Rocky. Number 1, from longtime friends to lovers. Rihanna and A$AP Rocky have been friends for over a decade. They first met during the rehearsal for the 2012 MTV Video Music Awards, but it wasn't until 2019 that they started dating. Rihanna mentioned in an interview, "We've known each other for a long time. I've seen him go through relationships, and he's seen me go through mine. We know each other well, so we were very careful when we started dating." Number 2, they have a lot in common. Rihanna and Rocky share similar views on fashion and creativity, often moving in the same circles. Rihanna is frequently seen wearing clothes designed by Rocky, and Rocky has been known to surprise her at her own launch events. Number 3, their relationship grew stronger. During the pandemic, during the global COVID-19 pandemic, Rihanna and Rocky became closer than ever. Rihanna said, "If it wasn't for the pandemic, we might not have had so much time to get used to each other." This led them to start a family together. Rihanna and Rocky now have 2 sons, RZA and Ryan.
Holy. Okay.
Today was a good day.
By the way, I also want to say, man, there's nothing wrong with like A$AP Rocky loving Rihanna, man. I think they're a perfect couple, man. And the reality is, I fuck with Drake, but Drake a whore. Drake a whore. Drake has had many beautiful, great women in his life, but he always wanted you pussy. You get what I'm saying? So I get it. You know, Rocky, who, by the way, I think Rocky get more bitches than Drake. That's a fact. Like, just ask all the hoes. The hoes love Rocky more than Drake. Come on now. They love Drake music, but they love this nigga Rocky. I don't know what Rocky does for them. They love it. Rocky fuck with Rihanna differently, man. And now some of y'all might be like, well, maybe partly is because of like, you know, survival, this and third. Man, he fuck with Rihanna. And I'm happy for them. You know what I mean? I don't think it should be shamed that Rocky is building a family with a billionaire. It's like, yo, at the end of the day, I get it. And by the way, trust me, I'm a Drake fan, so I love to rap his rhymes and kind of be petty too. It's like, you know, probably gotta have a kid again before you think of dropping anything mid again or whatever the fuck Drake said. But at the end of the day, bro, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you, like respectfully. And Drake's my mans. I'd rather be A$AP Rocky than Drake, in a sense of a relationship. No disrespect. Yo, Drake is pushing 40, fucking random Instagram hoes. This man has got a whole family with a billionaire. I know you can say she been ran through whatever. I don't give a fuck. This man has 3 kids or about to have 3 kids with the same woman. Very accomplished. Again, yeah, he ain't the best rapper in the world. We get it. But nigga, he has so much leverage with her. He could go start a fashion house for men. He could go take their net worth as a family and as a unit and go do some other shit, real estate. Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yo, fucking some bad Instagram bitch versus fucking Rihanna. I'm sorry, Rihanna is gonna be the dub. Like, I'm sorry. I get it. Like, we just gotta keep it a bean with y'all, chat. Like, so, y'all say no? Bro, we're not talking about music here. Rocky can't fuck with Drake musically. Come on, bro. Nobody talking about that. Like, we're talking about just like, yo, sometimes when we get to conversations, we got to get outside of those cliche things. The reality of it is this, bro. A$AP Rocky, right? A$AP Rocky, I think he's in a dope position. I'm giving him a dub. You could make jokes about him not dropping an album. You can make jokes about him, his girls hot, like his girls more popping than him. Like, with all due respect, if Rihanna was with Drake, Rihanna's still more popular than Drake. Like, in the bigger scheme of things, not musically, Rihanna's up like $2-3 billion off Fenty. Drake is a billionaire, but Drake really only got music popping. Like, you know what Rihanna really taught us? Bro, this music shit, as much as it's the thing that makes, like, culture move in this and third, bro, she's not thirsty for any of it, especially when her moneymaker, for real, is selling panties and lingerie and fucking lip kits or whatever the fuck Fenty is. I don't know what it is. Or Savage. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I think some of it is lingerie. So, again, I can't clown Rocky all the way. I only could clown Rocky. I can't clown Rocky in a relationship with Rihanna. I could only clown Rocky, be like, yo, Rocky, man, you really wasn't on shit when it come to being a rapper. But at the end of the day, like, what does that earn you? The nigga got 3 beautiful kids. Or about to have 3 beautiful kids with Rihanna. Nigga, Drake be rapping about his baby mama. Yo, Drake literally rapped my baby mama a fluke. Yo, that's crazy. So, like, I'm not talking about musically. Musically, like, there's no question. Drake is the more accomplished, better artist. But watching Rocky and Rihanna kind of, like, live their version of life together and they seem happy, bro, like, I got to be like, yeah, that's kind of fly, though. You know? Y'all got mad jokes. They say, yo, Rocky's still a housewife, though. Holy. Y'all niggas ain't shit. Yeah, somebody gonna hit me and be like, yo, Ack, you're drunk. I am. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna give him an L in the relationship standards, bro. At the end of the day, bro, like, I'm gonna just keep it a bean with y'all. When it comes to all these artists that we like, they're all passing around the same girls. Like, bro, it's the reason. I think one of the reasons Drake don't even claim no girl, bro, every girl, bro, Drake was fucking a bitch with Dylan Brooks. Like, I told y'all the story already. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, my nigga, like, all these girls, like, it's not like they're having exclusive girls who only fuck with them. They're fucking with girls who are fucking with even bum-ass niggas. So they're all kind of like, you're almost having to concede already. And it's with regular ass girls. Like, Drake's the best rapper of all time. He's fucking a girl that Dylan Brooks is throwing dick down on. Come on, like. So my whole point is that let's not shame these dudes. Especially if they're, you know, they're trying to make a family or something like that. I think A$AP Rocky and Rihanna, I think that's dope. I look at them as early Offset and Cardi B. Hopefully it don't go left like that. Someone said, man, calm down on Dylan Brooks. Nigga, that's facts. Someone said Drake's with Kim K. But, bro, like, we all getting older, bro. Bro, Drake with Kim K don't mean nothing to me. It's like, okay, you fuck Kim K? Bro, you're 40. Like, bro, the props ain't gonna be in you fucked some chick that Kanye wifed or whatever. The props gonna be in, yo, you got this, like, really loyal chick that's down for you, won't ever snake you, and she's gonna be a good mom to your kids and give you more kids. That, to me, that's a flex. And I'm gonna be honest with you, no matter what we might say about Rihanna, because I remember seeing some pictures of Rihanna when I'm like, Rihanna a hoe. I thought that too. I ain't cap with you. But watching how her career turned out, watching how, yo, everybody knows Rihanna used to be the biggest party chick out there. Rihanna used to be tweaking out. Nigga, she stopped doing all that shit, nigga. She just wanted to find a man in the last couple of years, and she found a guy, Rocky, and Rocky, you know, if they got problems we don't know about it, I fuck with Rocky. Now, granted, in a rap terms, Rocky, you got to take all these jokes from Drake. You probably got to have a kid again before you think of dropping any mid again. It is what it is, you know? I like them. Now, some people are really pressuring her like, yo, get this nigga to marry you. I think she could get him to marry her whenever she wants. But one thing I do like about her, she doesn't let the internet dictate her relationship with Rocky. Even if she felt a way, she wouldn't bring it on here. She would talk to him privately. We'll never know. But apparently they're not married yet. Okay. Let's keep it going. Chad, I love y'all. Y'all are so true. Let me read some of this chat. Okay. Jasmine. What's her body count? Are y'all telling me that if y'all start fucking Rihanna, y'all are going to ask for body count instead of like, are you going to wife her, bro? Some of y'all are like crazy. Act, without Rocky, Rihanna's still a billionaire. Rocky without Rihanna barely got a couple million. Bro, I just don't see a reason to hate on him. Anyway. All right, let's see what the hell else is going on. Ooh. Oh, shit. Wait. Chat, I am lit. Should I make this call, chat? Yes or no? I can't find my other phone. So everybody who I'm calling, y'all gonna see a different number. It's not like my regular number. Fuck. Should I make this call, chat? Like, I'm texting y'all from regular numbers. I'm not calling y'all from regular numbers. All right, let's see. They're not gonna answer though, cause.
No.
Whack, this is me. It's Act. I know.
Why you don't be answering your goddamn phone, man?
No, nigga, I can't find my other phone. It's lost in my house. The house too big, nigga. I can't. I've been searching for the last day. I promise you, nigga. I promise you. Like,
you get my text?
I do get your text. It's just that when I call you or when you call me, it's if it don't forward to this number, I don't get it. Let me see.
You get this about the Snoop shit. You get it?
Yeah. I seen some Flacco shit. I seen it. Yo, Whack. I ain't trying to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
But we were gonna get to this. I ain't trying to put you on the spot. And if I'm putting you on the spot, I'm giving you all permission. Just hang up. Just click.
Spot about what?
The game story.
What game story?
They're saying the game is losing his house to Shorty.
I don't know nothing about that. I can call my finance dude.
Okay.
It's been a situation for like 10 years.
Yeah, they started reporting it. They're like,
what happens is, I believe the attorney or something over there, he be paying the blogs and shit. He got some type of vendetta against game on the attorney dude. I guess he believes the girl, you know.
Wait, how could they sell it? So, from my understanding, the house isn't in the game, aka Jason Taylor's name. I get he owes a debt, but how could they force the sale of a house if it's not in his name? How does that work?
I mean, just because something's not in your name don't mean it's not tied to your name. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh. But that gets messy.
This is one of those situations that game this court. That's the bad part about it. It ain't like it was like a back and forth, and we seen all the facts and
wait.
leaned on.
Not to cut you off, even though I am, because we saw the Soulja Boy thing, and Soulja Boy lost, and supposedly owes $4 million. Soulja Boy apparently went to court, and he showed up every day. They talked about his demeanor. What happened? So the game never went to court?
No, court date in Chicago. So I want to say the game maybe the day before, day or two before, he had something was going on his dental issues, so he went in, right? So when he went into the dentist, they had to do like a emergency procedure. It was something, whatever it was. So, you know, when you go to do certain procedures, they ask you, do you plan on flying or whatever? He said, yeah, I got to fly to Chicago and the next day. The dentist told him, based on whatever he gave him or used, he advised him not to fly, right? So I took that information and forwarded it to the attorney. The attorney still flies up to Chicago. And when he gets up there, he presents the document to the judge. For some reason, bro, the judge wasn't having it. To a point, the judge, during court, called the fucking dentist.
Really?
Thinking maybe it's fake. You should be able to go find this shit in the minutes, bro. It's in Chicago, right? Calls the dentist. The dentist tells him he advised him not to fly because of the altitude, some shit, I don't know, right? Bro, the judge and the dentist end up doing a back and forth. The judge flexing, telling him, well, I'm a judge and I said, and the dentist is saying, shit, I trump you. You know what I'm saying? So he did have a procedure done. I forgot what it was. He has his paperwork. This is how the judge was able to call the dentist. And based upon the judge went in with the as a no-show. And when he ruled him as a no-show, it activated the judgment. The crazy part about it, the original filing was like for like $1 million, $2 million.
Yeah.
Right? But for whatever reason, because the judge was feeling the way he was feeling, he bumped that shit up to like 5 million, 7 million, some crazy shit.
Really?
So from that point, it was a dog
So this
fight.
is all over a default judgment because the game didn't.
That's it.
Really?
That's
So,
it.
so wait, what about appeal though? Because you could appeal that.
Did all that, bro. That's why, bro, we talk about some shit. It's like 2015.
Yeah.
So why you think it's been 10 years?
Yeah.
Appeals, this, that.
Y'all been fighting in court.
Yeah, this, that, just trying to get back on the appeals. They denied the appeal. They denied this. They denied that. So at this point, I don't know if it's been another court date recently. I don't know. I haven't been to one in maybe about a year, close to a year, maybe, personally. So I don't know if another court date, or this is just the attorney dude over there, because every now and then he does this shit. He'll just like contact all the blogs. But you know, as of yet, it's like, I hate to say it, it doesn't really make sense, because it's what you're trying to get, it ain't there. You know what I mean? So I don't really know what the angle is.
So
I do know she's been getting paid. She's been getting paid day one. You know, she's gotten payments. But you know, I guess they out for blood. You know how that shit go, bro.
So they keep trying to say you own all the game assets. Like, how do you respond to that publicly?
Well, what's all his assets? First of all, everybody needs to understand, I'm not just a manager. I'm the label.
I think people don't know that.
So, yeah, a lot of people don't. Go to the last album, Drillmatic. Go to iTunes real quick. Go to iTunes, pull up Drillmatic. Scroll down to the bottom. Tell me what it tells you.
Give me 1 second.
Well, you know when you go to the...
I know how to find it. Drillmatic. Give me a second. I got the game. I'm on his profile now. Let's look at
Go to the album, the playlist.
Drillmatic
Scroll
Hard
to the
versus
bottom.
Mine 2022.
Yeah, scroll to the bottom where
Okay.
it tells you the labels.
It says
What does it say?
2022 100 ENT/Pneumatic Inc.
Okay, what does that tell you?
That it was released at least partially on 100 ENT.
That's a fact. Right, through Virgin, through the means of, I think I did Virgin Records back then. I think like Virgin Music, whatever, right? So what people got to understand is like when it comes to certain things and you are labeled, that's not owning the gang asset. That's having a part of it that belongs to you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's business. Now, I don't know what else they talking about. You know what I mean? As far as assets, but the assets I own, respectfully, belong to me. The assets he owns belongs to him. So I don't know what they, I don't own Game's jury, whatever else he may have. I don't keep up with what the artists have. Well, that ain't my job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That ain't what I do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Really, pretty much.
I heard this same shit. I heard this same shit from Blueface's mother. If you ever talked to her, she said the same shit about her son, and then she realized, hey, I was wrong. And I said, yeah, I may have helped, assist a motherfucker get or acquire, but if it's in their name, it's in their name. It's their shit. If it's in my name is my shit. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what to get. I hear that all the time. Like, Game's assets is in your name. Whatever percentage of music that I own contractually, because that's the structure of the business, that's me. That's like saying, oh, Birdman owns some of Lil Wayne's shit. Well, the album came out up under Cash Money, right?
Yeah.
So whatever percentage goes to Birdman is going to go to Birdman. Whatever percentage go to Wayne, go to Wayne. Whatever percentage that goes to UMG will go to UMG. But people just say some shit and it just don't make sense. I don't know one motherfucker, or it might be some out there that just owns 100% of a nigga shit unless he brought him out.
Okay, so people aren't being honest with that then. So I mean, when you talk to Game about this, how does he feel about this? Because it feel like this might be inconveniencing, right?
Well, I mean, like anybody else, you done been in situations where you got to deal with legal. Anytime you're dealing with legal, it's always an inconvenience, or you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Wack, I ain't gonna lie to you. The Game is the reason. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I promise you. So last year I probably paid about $700,000 in legal, just like legal fees, and I've always just chalked it up as, in some of the stuff you get it back because sometimes if somebody loses you get a countersuit and they owe you certain shit. Yeah, it's just a lot of things to it. But you know what I've realized? The reason why I respond to everything is because I'm like, I don't want some slimy, nasty whore who sues me and I'm like, fuck her. And then all of a sudden the judge is like, oh, you think you're bigger than the program? We're going to put in a $3 million judgment. And this bitch runs around for like whatever years tormenting.
No, yeah, you can't do that. But in this situation, it wasn't that he was like being cocky, didn't want to go. Bro, listen, respectfully, Kanye West's mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
May she rest in peace. A doctor, one or two doctors prior to the doctor she went to, told her not to do the procedure, right?
Yeah.
They told her this. She went and did it. What ended up happening?
She passed away.
If the doctor's telling you, hey, the shit I used on you was in your system. I don't know what it's for pain or whether they put him to sleep. I don't really know what it was. You can't fly because if you get a certain altitude, things can happen.
Yeah.
So let's say Gang jumps on the plane anyway, disregards the doctor, gets up there, catches an aneurysm, or goes into a seizure. Okay, at this point in time, there's nothing we can do. Like, it's nothing we can do, because once the doctor tell you what not to do and you do it anyway, they're no longer liable or responsible.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a situation. Now, I do remember the reality show, and it might be a good thing for you to go read the complaints, because if I can remember, she said he touched my ass in the club. Now, this is the thing. She was on the actual reality show. It's an elimination show. Now, let me ask you something, Ack. When do you think it became a problem? Before or after she was eliminated?
Most likely after.
So a month after she's eliminated, a month after the date she says, Gang touched my ass in the club.
Wasn't that show with like
No
MTV?
witness. Yeah, it was like 51 Minds or something.
Oh no, VH1.
VH1. There was no witnesses to this shit.
By the way, I was shocked by it because
none.
I thought VH1 would have crossed their T's and dot their I's and made sure like these women signed something that they couldn't file a lawsuit like this.
I don't know. I didn't have nothing to do with that show in particular. At the time, I didn't really like the show because it was pulling Game away from the image I felt worked for him best.
Which is what?
But he did the show anyway. But it was to me, I felt like it was softening up his image, which the foundation of Game wasn't built on the soft image. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of introducing his first name. So Game was like slightly going from the Game to JCI. Was JCI is him, that's his name. But in the line of work that I'm doing with him, the Game is where it's at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless, you know what I'm saying? Game was going Compton, gangster rap, you know what I mean? West Coast, raw uncut, diss track, diss music, battle music. That's what that was, but I kind of felt like he thought he was building a bigger audience, a female audience. So, he was right how he saw it. And you can't avoid this type of shit. If a female want to just say you did something, this ain't no Shannon Sharpe shit. There's no text messages. There's no audio. There's none of that. Where it's a back and forth, insinuations, sex, having sex, approaching her, none of that. It's just her saying he touched my ass in the club. Like literally.
So nothing where she's saying he fucked me.
Nothing. She just, a month after her elimination, filed some shit and said he touched my ass in the club. Go pull it up, bro. So, to his defense, I've been around him a long time. I've never seen Game in public touchy, feely with no chick like that.
Yeah.
And you a journalist, you know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever seen any content or photos outside the game, maybe taking a picture on the side or maybe an arm around a fan or something? Like, I've never seen him.
Only the India love stuff. Only the India love stuff.
Well, that's his girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That was his girlfriend at the time.
Oh, okay.
But even with that, that was like some park shit or some shit. I think, I don't know how they captured that, right?
Yeah, I don't
But
know. He was
he's
finger
not.
popping.
I know personally, me, his girl could be right there with him. I personally, when he's in the open, like that ain't never been him. Like me, I grab my girl's ass in public. I do all that shit.
You doing it in
You know
public?
what I'm saying? So, yeah, I do all that. I kiss my girl in public.
Nah, a kiss is one thing, but you don't grab the ass though. Come on now.
I grab my woman's ass, slap her ass, walking through the mall. I do all that in public. That's me. But game ain't that. So I wasn't there, but to hear he grabbed my ass in the club in his VIP section, I just ain't dude, bro. I mean, people these days got me leery. I don't even like going into a crowded VIP, bro. You know what I'm saying? That? Because you brush past a motherfucker, guess what? You touch me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All these spots hold 10 people. They packing 30 motherfuckers in them. It's inevitable that you're going to brush against whatever the fuck. So, but, that's what it is. But I just saw something pop up, but I didn't know what it is because I didn't see it before pop up.
Yeah.
But, whatever it is, whatever it may be, I'm pretty sure it'll get handled or dealt with it or whatever. But I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I only was asking that. Everything all good though because I'll hit you off stream about the other stuff.
All right, cool.
I bet. All right, we ain't stay on the line that long. I was gonna bring up no loose shit. I was like, oh, I'm over it. Okay, yo, did y'all see? So now they're trying to cancel Doechii, which, by the way, Doechii's like an industry plant for some people. Not saying I think she's an industry plant, but some people feel like, she's supported by the machine and the entity, or entities that matter. And apparently at the Met Gala, which she showed up to, there was a video that came out that claimed she was shouting at her staff after her staff allowed paparazzi to get a glimpse at her outfit. Let's just hear this.
Oh no, oh no. Look at this. So they, ooh. Dodgy.
Yes, I'm ready. Give me another boat. Stop. Oh, give me another umbrella. Now. Another one. Right there. And another boat.
And another
Need another one.
Another umbrella.
Excuse me. I need 4 fucking umbrellas.
2 more umbrellas.
Right there.
3 more umbrellas.
All right, make a path, everyone.
Clear a path. Move. Clear a path here. Clear a path.
And do not let that one umbrella. I will not.
You look great.
Now, respectfully, I'm going to keep it a being with you. I'm not a woman. I'm not heavy into fashion. I am heavy into respect. I can't really know if she has a validated reason to kind of like wig out like this. So I'm not going to indict her to be like, oh, she's an asshole. Hey, this is a Met Gala. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I see Central C, who usually shows up everywhere. I think he showed up to a wedding in a Nike Tech, bro. He showed up finally dressing appropriately. And, bruh, like, he was super proud about, like, his outfit. And he's a guy. So I would imagine a woman who, like, a lot of the women, judgment is on their looks, this and third. They were probably happy about how they looked. And Doechii, who's a woman who has to make a statement, this and third, I'm not going to down her because she was like, oh, no, I don't want to do A, B, and C. Or she was supposedly a little bit mean. Right? Let me see. What did she wear? Doechii Met Gala. Let's see. So she popped out like this. Oh. That's Louis Vuitton, right? Nothing to phone home about if you're me. But she had like the almost like a brand on her cheek. Okay. She's definitely a cute girl. She's an attractive girl. Y'all know me. I like people who are natural, no matter what race or what creed, what ethnicity you are. And I think she is an attractive woman. 100% is that, if you ask me, I don't think she's an asshole, man. I just think the Met Gala is like hectic. And I would hope she's not an asshole. And if this is the only proof I have of her being an asshole, I'm not going to believe it. Now, if I have like 5 more other videos at 5 different other places, I'd probably be like, yeah, she's probably an asshole. But I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. I think she was just trying to...
Oh, my God. Oh, no.
Look at this. So they... Ooh.
Dodgy.
Yes, I'm ready. Give me another boat. Stop. Oh, give me another umbrella. Now. Another one. Right there. And another boat.
And another
Need another one.
Another umbrella.
Excuse me. I need 4 fucking umbrellas.
2 more umbrellas.
Right there.
2 more umbrellas.
All right, make a path, everyone.
Clear a path. Move. Clear a path here. Clear a path.
And do not let that one umbrella. I will not.
You look great.
You're going to have to move. Oh, my God. Oh, no.
All right. Give me 1 second. What is this? Give me 1 second. No, this ain't. Fuck. Somebody just told me that Dirk's indictment just dropped. Hold on. Do y'all hear my boy Pluto just crying like a bitch? Okay. Anyway. All right, Dochi, I'm gonna give you a pass. You know, I do think you have plantish tendencies, but I don't want to be the person who's just like acting like you don't have no talent or you don't have, some support, because I do know there's a support audience from you. I think what's missing to most people is like, we don't know where the fuck you came from, and that's the problem. So like this whole idea that you are snapping at your staff, we're not gonna like convolute the issue, be like, oh, she's an asshole too. The reality is, okay, we just want to know a little bit more about you, and some people know a lot about her. We just want to know about her plight, especially like I'll say a casual like me, right? All right. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right. Also, why are they saying that Shannon Sharpe warned, Yachty warned Shannon Sharpe about young girls?
Well,
Let's hear this.
Like you, man, y'all get to a certain age and you still like them young. You like
Yeah.
You like the same age girls I like.
Okay, yeah, right.
When you get to a certain age,
I'm getting old, but my eyesight's still young.
Right. Okay, and with that, you got to uphold a certain way because you can't be old and sloppy.
You get one or the other.
Right.
Young and sloppy or old and in shape.
Exactly. Or you're gonna get old and in shape. Women.
No. Get together.
Exactly. So people like you, man, y'all get to a certain age and
these videos make Shannon Sharpe look so bad. It looked like he was salivating over like 20-year-old pussy. And again, obviously it's all the way legal if he wants to fuck with somebody that's 20 as long as she's over 18. But in the face of a juror that's probably like, or not juror, but like, even the juror. People who are going to be judging this case and, have these thoughts that might affect this case, when you kind of see this, you're like, damn. Oh, so Shannon Sharpe really always had like a thing, and he wanted this and third, or he was into these weird ass kinks, which I think that's gonna be the problem.
You still like them young. You like You like the same age girls I like. You know what I'm saying? So when you get to a certain age,
I'm getting old, but my eyesight's still young.
right? Okay, and with that, you gotta uphold a certain way because you can't be old and sloppy.
You get one or the other.
Right.
Young and sloppy, or old and in shape.
Exactly. Or you're gonna get old and in shape. Women.
No. Guess you got
exactly. So people like you, man, y'all get.
Yeah. So I mean, these videos just not gonna help Shannon Sharpe case. I think Shannon Sharpe, like many celebrities, were probably trying to date beyond their age range. They want a young ting. In society, I don't even think that's like a big deal. However, I think what ends up happening with these guys is that, you know, they get put in a situation where these women extort you, and I'm not speaking like I'm on a soapbox. It just is what it is. Because without like the women who are going to be engaged in these relationships, they know what it is. They won't tell you that. They're not going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I like you a little bit, but like really, like you got that bag and blah blah blah. So like they start to plot on you, and then you kind of get to realize Shannon Sharpe is so giddy to have one of these women. You can see why maybe like a woman that probably was fitting in this young girl's age group that Yachty was talking about was probably trying to set him up. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. We listened to this already. Future caught lying again. What? Future says, I told her I'm throwing away my whole phone. Then a new picture comes out. He's back on the whole phone. Future is the biggest hole in the fucking industry, man. All right. Oh, Kanye walked off of Piers Morgan. Now, this is Sneeko. He's not interviewing with Sneeko, but he's in Spain, and him and Sneeko was having a joint interview with Piers Morgan. Apparently, Piers said something he didn't like, and he walked the fuck off. Check this out.
A Michael Jackson, and you just take all this time to just, like that nuance right there, it's idiotic. It just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in the art that I put out. There's so many, you know. What are you talking about? It's 30. Okay, now you're not taking accountability or responsibility, and you know we'll rewind. I need a. No, sir. This is what you get for now. We can circle back when you can count.
Yeah, that's it for Ye. But it's nice to meet you, Piers. I think he's going back to work. There's several things he's working on. I was not aware he was going to leave like this, but it seems like he got upset about the number of Twitter followers. Army Life is a video game, is it?
Hi.
There you go.
So, Ye walks out on the interview. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why Ye would walk out on the interview. Ye, I love Ye and everything, but it's like, bro. You know, number one, I don't believe Ye is doing all these things for attention. Some people think he is. I don't think he is. My thing is, if you want to spread your voice and you want to be heard and you want to spread your ideas, why walk out on the interview? Now, here's the thing. I'm going to be honest with you. When I first went to interview Ye, like, I was like, all right, so I think the interview is going to go like this. Truth and be told, once you get with Ye, the interview is going to be how Ye wants the interview to be. Because, number one, he don't really give two fucks about your questions. He's just kind of ranting. Okay, so you signed up for a rant, not an interview, right? And for me, I was like, as long as I could kind of give these slight pushbacks and try to nudge him in the direction I want him to speak about, I can't be that mad. So I particularly was not that mad, even with me not being able to get certain questions off. But I could imagine, like, whether it's Piers or whoever else, they're like, yo, what the fuck? We're not doing this. We're not, like, just letting you say whatever without us giving some harsh pushback. And that probably started some type of disagreement, if you ask me, right?
Supposed to do an interview, but I mean, the amount of Twitter.
And I think what happened afterwards, I think Ye spoke about it. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Okay, here, and then, oh, maybe I gotta go on Twitter. Yes. I want to hear why he did it.
Your multi-tracks right now.
Well, the View is Mallorca. I've been the
Much love and it's idiotic. It just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in the art that I put out.
With all due respect, what are you talking about?
We have to admit this is somewhat entertaining. You know, this is going to be laughed at by many people.
What's entertaining?
That was funny.
Kanye West is rarely out of the headlines at the moment. It's fair to say the headlines are equally rarely positive. The rapper, producer, and fashion designer is currently working on a new album. Several new tracks were previewed on a recent live stream with his friend Sneeko. And both Sneeko and Ye join me now. Well, welcome to Uncensored. Ye, we haven't spoken for a while. How are you?
I'm doing good. I don't use the term West, you know, the whole drop the slave name idea.
Okay, so we just call you Ye, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, look, when I last interviewed, we had a long conversation. And since then, a lot has happened in your life. And so I'm grateful for the opportunity to try and talk to you about some of this. How would you say your life is at the moment?
I mean, you see that view?
Yeah. Your life is good?
Well, judge it on the view as the answer to how my life is. Judge me by the view.
Well, the View is Mallorca. I've been there. It's a beautiful place. And for all intents and purposes, you seem very relaxed and happy. That is in direct contrast to your public image at the moment over the last couple of years, led by your ferocious... Well, hang on, let me finish the question. Led by your ferocious use of...
No, but I already disagree. It's not in contrast. There's so many people and artists that are championing the idea of someone being able to just express who they really are and have been able to go through the war of being attacked by the banks, being attacked, you know, by the banks. That's the best way to put it, being attacked by the banks and to still be here with this view is, you know, that's the win. So I think I'm in contrast to your contrast.
Okay, but the point I was going to make is that I watch what you put out on X. You've got 32 million followers, so you're one of the most followed people.
See, wait. Now look right now. You're not gonna take inches off my dick, bro. Like, how many followers do I have?
Well, how many is it?
I think you could do the study. You got a whole staff over there.
I thought it was 32 million. How many is it? You obviously know.
I mean, no. I mean, don't help them out. You know they.
I'm told it's 33 million now. So congratulations.
Is this Twitter followers? What are they talking about right now? Kanye, 33.3 million followers. Let's look on Instagram. I don't know if he just has Ye yet. Okay, he has 20 million. So 20 million and 33.3 million. Okay.
Slightly bigger following than I thought.
No, congratulations. Your information is correct. You're not just some, you know, dude trying to sub. You know, I'm a gift, bro. You know what I mean? Why do all you people in media act like you haven't played my songs at your weddings or graduations or at funerals or when your child was born? You know, you take somebody that's living like a Lennon, a Michael Jackson, and you just take all this time to just, like, that nuance right there. It's idiotic. It just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in the art that I put out.
With all due respect, what are you talking about? I haven't said anything.
What are you talking about? It's 30. Okay, now you're not taking accountability or responsibility.
Literally, you said it. You implied I haven't played your music. Of course I played your music.
No, sir. This is what you get for now. We can circle back when you can count.
Okay. Where's he gone, Sneeko?
Look at Pierre's face.
We can circle back when you can count.
Okay. Where's he gone, Sneeko?
That's it for Ye. But it's nice to meet you, Piers.
Where's he gone?
I think he's going back to work. There's several things he's working on. I was not aware he was going to leave like this, but it seems like he got upset about that.
So it's all just a game, is it? Is that the idea?
Followers. I mean, life is a video game, is it?
No, I just wondered what the point of this exercise was. Was he supposed to do an interview or not?
Are you supposed to do an interview? But I mean, the amount of Twitter followers, something like that, it's patronizing for no reason. You said his name incorrectly. You know his name is Ye. This is very public about that.
Yo, Sneeko, you're hitting the PR for Ye right now. Yo, you're going to get hired permanently.
Hopefully we could do it. I think this was good. We were prepared for a good interview. But come on, you know what you were doing.
What do you think I'm doing?
I think you were trying to patronize very intentionally by getting those two things, under his skin. Maybe it could have been about past interviews or because of what happened yesterday. But, I mean, this information is not that difficult to get right.
Yeah, we called him Ye, and we got his Twitter following count wrong by 1 million, from 32 to 33 million. Also, for the record, you guys dicked us around yesterday, and you seem to find that very entertaining and amusing in your live stream, which I'm sure you will now. You kept all my crew in Spain and here waiting, and then wasted their time. And then you got us all back now, and you've wasted our time again. And you again may find that funny and entertaining, and that's fine. I don't. I think it's a total waste of everyone's time and effort and money.
Well, I mean, it is. I was ready for the interview yesterday, too. My time is important as well. Regardless if it was wasted, we have to admit this is somewhat entertaining. This is going to be laughed at by many people. It's not what I expected,
what's entertaining?
That was funny. That's undeniably walking off right into the beginning of an interview is funny.
Yeah? Out of interest, what do you do with him?
I'm working on several films right now. I am streaming out here. I'm editing, and I work on.
Yo, Sneeko, don't even lie, bro. Just tell me the truth, bro.
Things behind the scenes, some inspiration for art. I'm just there to try to help fulfill his vision.
Well, let me ask you the questions I would have asked him. So, I mean, out of interest, what is with his obsession with Hitler? Why is he so rampantly anti-Semitic?
I'm not going to answer questions on his behalf.
Well, you're going to have to because he's not there.
Questions on his behalf.
He's not there.
What's that?
He's not there. Literally, he's dropping a track today called Heil Hitler. Why are you happy to be associated with somebody like that, out of interest?
I'm not going to speak on his art and his vision while he's not here.
I'm asking you why you're happy to be associated with somebody who most of the world believes is now a rampant anti-Semite.
Well, you're associated as well. Your show's called Piers Morgan Uncensored.
Yeah.
You tried to get him censored on X. And here you are on the days we're going to release this song doing an interview with him. So we're all involved here. It's not like I'm the only one complicit.
Yeah, the reason I wanted to get him on was because I don't think anyone holds him to account for anything he does on X. And in fact, he deliberately breaches all of X's rules, and yet he does it with impunity and is allowed to do it, whereas millions of other accounts get suspended for far less offences. So I was going to ask him directly, which is why I mentioned his X following. I was going to ask him about what he puts on X and why he does this, why he continually attacks Jewish people, why he continually celebrates Adolf Hitler. And then I'm curious about, given he's not there, can't answer these questions, what your association is with this guy and whether you're comfortable to be associated with somebody who most people consider to be an anti-Semite.
I think I just answered this question. And these are good questions. I think I just answered half of that.
We haven't answered the question, have you?
But, I mean, if I did, you said, what are you doing out here? And I said, I'm doing films and I'm recording behind the scenes and I'm streaming and I'm editing and helping fulfill his vision.
Have you been helping him with the track Heil Hitler?
No, I don't. I'm not a music guy. And if you wanted to get questions about his Twitter or X correct, then you should have got the number of followers correct. That was something intentional that you knew what you were doing.
So I got
if you
the
know
size of his
everything
dick
about
wrong.
what he's
Is
tweeting,
that what you say?
Well, if you know everything else that he's tweeting, you should have got that right as well.
Oh, don't be so pathetic, Sneaker. Honestly, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get good content which will promote you, Sneeko. And I'm just curious how you, Sneeko, deal with the fact that you are so openly associating yourself
You asked that question a
with
few
somebody
times,
who
and I
seems
mean, I
to
can ask you the same
worship
thing.
Adolf Hitler and is pro the Nazis. Do you feel comfortable about that?
No, we worship God.
No, he worships Adolf
that
Hitler.
I'm here promoting this. We could talk about how
He
pathetic it
worships
is
Adolf Hitler.
that you were essentially working for Israel up until a couple months ago and
Really?
promoting
When was I
things
working for Israel?
like genocide and not pushing back.
When was I working for Israel?
If it's pathetic to make films behind the scenes of one of the greatest living artists, probably the greatest living artist,
Well, he certainly was.
You point the finger
He
at you and
certainly
say
was
it's pathetic as well.
he was a great artist. Unfortunately, he's become a rampant anti-Semite who adores Adolf Hitler, embraces Nazism, uses swastikas,
I'm pretty sure he says he loves
to
everyone.
sell his
I'm not
merchandise,
gonna speak
and
for
has a
him,
new
but-
record out called Heil Hitler. So forgive me if I don't currently
The
see
song
him
is not. I mean,
as one of the
everything you're
world's
saying
great
in this question
artists.
is incorrect.
Yeah, but I don't see
everything you're saying in this question is incorrect.
Sorry?
The song isn't out. The song isn't out for one, and two. He says he loves everyone. He says he loves Jews. He says he loves Hitler. He says he loves everybody. But
Right,
this
so when
could
he
be-
says,
just-
let me ask you, given you're the one sitting there, he said Jews were better as slaves. You have to put your Jews in their place and make them into your slaves. You then said make your Jews work for you, but watch them as close as you can. Whip the Jews. You comfortable with that, Sneaker?
I think I find it funny. That's not something that I would do personally. I don't whip
You think
anybody.
it's funny,
I
do
don't,
you? Whipping
condone
Jews?
slavery.
Using Jews as slaves? You think that's
I think
funny?
the context of that is funny, yeah. And
What's the
also
humour?
to
I'm
remove
missing-
any sense of
I'm
humor
missing
from
the
that is
humour. What's the
ridiculous.
humour?
I mean, do you want me to break down a joke for you?
You think it's a joke, do you, about whipping Jews?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a joke because I've been here for a couple weeks and he hasn't whipped any Jews.
Really? So because he hasn't actually whipped any yet,
Yeah,
that's a joke.
He really has.
Yeah.
Really has. But Piers, before I leave, I don't want to speak on his behalf. If you're agreeing
But what
that
choice
he's
do we
the
have? You
greatest
set
living
this
artist
thing.
right now,
You set this farce up. He's dicked us around. You're the one left, so you're going to have to be accountable for him. Unless you want to walk away too.
Accountable? What do you want to hold me accountable?
If you don't want to answer questions either, you are free to stand up and walk away like a little sniveling
Well, you can ask
coward
questions.
too.
If you have questions for me, then I'll feel
You
free
know
to
what? Here's
answer
my
those.
question
But
for
just
you.
as-
Why
when
is
it
your
comes to
mate?
Ye,
Why is your mate Ye?
is this
such
whole
a-
thing going to be interrupting, or
Why is your mate
this whole
Ye-
thing just
why-
going to be
look,
interrupting?
mate,
Or do you want me to speak
look,
at all?
You're sounding like Andrew Tate Light, like his annoying little younger brother we never knew about.
Oh, nah. He dissing you, Sneeko.
Okay? Doesn't work with me. Okay? You set this thing up. It's obviously some kind of elaborate prank.
Okay,
that you're
your
pulling
team asked
with
me to
your
do
mate
this.
Ye.
If you want to be
But given that
Netanyahu
you-
light on TV,
but given you want to make, given
if you want to
want
be Dave
you think it's
Portnoy
all
with the
funny,
suit,
it's fine.
then sure. If you want to do ad hominem attacks, then why invite someone on your show? I set this up because your team asked me to do it. I did everything that I could. If I knew that this would, I'm not here wasting your time. You're angry at me for setting up an interview that you wanted. If you have questions for me, I'm happy to answer those.
Here's
If
my
you want to
question.
keep doing
Why did
insults,
you?
there's no point in me being here.
Why did Ye stand up like a sniveling little coward and walk away before I could ask him difficult questions?
For the third time, Piers, I don't know if you have a hearing problem, but I'm not going to answer questions on another man's behalf. But
Really?
thank you for
Even though
having me.
you
If
set
would
up
like
the
to talk
interview with
one-on-one
him.
another time, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
thank
tell
you.
him from me he's a sniveling little coward. And he's an anti-Semite and a Hitler worshipper.
Yo, Piers Morgan be getting all the viral moments, man. This is some good shit right here. Yeah, I mean, I think Sneeko has a point. I think Piers Morgan wanted to corner Kanye and have him admit to some things. Ye, who was never going to do that, wanted some things to be mediated or some things rectified. And when he saw that things weren't going to go down in the way that he would prefer to go down, he was out. So I don't have a problem with that. Look like he's keeping it honest. All right? Anyway, W Sneeko. Chat, now I'm going to cap with you, bro. I am off of here, man. Y'all could give me an L for today, bro. I ain't going to hold you because I don't like today's stream. I thought it was kind of weak. But I'm off of here. I'm gonna get on tomorrow at a acceptable time in the daytime, and I'm give y'all a better stream. But streak continues. We'll go on to day 3 tomorrow. Yeah, there wasn't much topics, but shit, I think last night proves like when we're in a good mood and when we got shit going. Jacking for topics works fine. So I'm gonna just take the L tonight, chat. I'm gonna take the L, and I know it's 1:30 already. So I was already thinking like, bro, I don't know how much long I'm gonna keep going. So I'm gonna take the L tonight, chat. I know. Y'all can give me an L. Y'all can give me an L. Trust me. Like, I'm mad critical. Let me tell you this. When I wake up in the morning, I don't know if I ever told you this. I think I have. I get on my phone and I watch clips that Drill has put up. And if I don't find myself funny, I take it personally accountable. Like, I'm like, because that's what I do in the morning. When I'm doing my errands, I'm letting my dogs out. I'm feeding each of them, spending a little time with them or whatever. I have my phone and it plays my videos. It plays from my videos from my stream from the night before. And if I'm not laughing at myself, and it's not like I'm not a dick sucker for myself. If I'm not laughing at myself, I'm not happy with how I performed on stream, I think it's an L stream. I'm going to be honest with you. And I don't even got to wait for it in the morning. I don't even think we had like a strong topic today. So we didn't have a strong topic, and it's only been like 2.5 hours, so I'm kind of tight. But it's all good. Chat, just excuse me for today. You can give me an L for today. I'll be back tomorrow. And, yeah, I do love y'all. All right? So, no. Trust me. I have really exceedingly high expectations for y'all. No, not for y'all, for me. And I'm telling you, so don't worry. Tomorrow I'm going to show up even much earlier, and I'm going crazy. So, but I feel like today was an L stream, so I'm going to take it. I showed up, but this ain't one of them jobs. You see, streaming is not a job. Entertaining people is not a job you show up and clock in. And you'd be like, okay, well, at least I show up. They should be happy. No. You need to show up. You need to be the best version of yourself. You need to be on top of your game. And even, like, today, there wasn't that many topics. Bro, you got to still be snapping, my nigga. Like, because somebody right now I know is driving the truck from Minnesota all the way to Florida, and that motherfucker don't matter if there wasn't no news. There's somebody who they're staying up past their bedtime because they usually go to sleep at 11. They got to wake up at like 7:30 to go get ready for work at 8 or 9. Yeah, so that's how I kind of look at it. So I'm gonna say this was an L stream. It's fine. Y'all don't gotta make me feel good. It's cool. I'll go to sleep. By the way, I dream about not streams, but I dream about like shit I be talking about. Like I'll have further conversations in my dream because I lucid dream a lot. So I'll be in my dreams arguing. So in the morning, I kind of watch what I did, and then I'll kind of adjust. Anyway, chat, I do love y'all. I'm going to get off here, and I will be back in the, I want to say almost morning, afternoon-ish. Wait, do I have something to do tomorrow? No, I don't. Morning, afternoon-ish. Yeah. And I'm still working on seeing if we're going to pop out to this Diddy trial, but in person, all right? So, chat, I apologize. I'll take the L for tonight. And I love y'all. I feel bad. Tomorrow, I'm gonna kill it. Promise you. I'm dropping for 60 tomorrow. I feel like LeBron in the playoffs tonight. I'm like, yo, this is what LeBron was doing in the fourth quarter, just dropping duds. Like, yo, damn, you can't be the greatest and drop like a dud. So that's what I'm like. This is like a dud tonight. Fuck. All right, tomorrow. All right, chat. I love y'all.